Hello, hello. How's everybody doing? Can you hear us now? Sly, you want to say something to make sure your mic's working?
Hello, hello. Am I good?
Can you guys hear both of us? Oh, okay. All right,
Let's
awesome. So we're
go.
good to go. We're good to go. Cool.
I'm here
Um,
for it.
I'll go through the spiel again. Apologies for the technical audios. I am a caveman when it comes to technology. First time doing this. I am your observer and caster one tonight, Soundwave. I'm with my co-caster Sly Narwhal. Everybody give a big round of applause to Sly. This is his first time casting. Say
How's it
hello.
going, everybody?
Yep. So
Glad
today's
to be
game,
here.
yeah, no, it's exciting to have you here. Um, today's game is game 2 of the week. Today's game is LLW versus RMC here in week 2. Very exciting. I think both teams are ready to hop into draft. They've been itching to get into this game. We've been holding them up. So let me go ahead and make sure they're ready. And we will hop over to that immediately. Okay, I believe we're good to go. We're going to go over to pick band 1. So, we immediately have our first bands. LLW is going to ban away the Gnar, and RMC is going to ban the Sivir. We saw Sivir last night. Very good performance. How do you feel about this game? You know some of the players. Sly, you excited?
Yeah, I'm very excited actually. I played against RMC last week, and
Mm-hmm.
I've got a couple of friends on LLW, which I play with on my free time, and I have high hopes for their team. But it's going to be interesting seeing how they mesh together because I know a couple of them are on their off roles.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Um, I completely agree. We're going to see Olaf and Poppy go from the side of LLW, and then RMC is going to take Akali and Swain. Looks like they're taking away the Sivir and then just targeting some mid lane bans.
They're saying turn me up.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I got you. I got you guys. That should be a little bit better. Anyway, so getting into bans here. LLW is going to first pick Diana. How do you feel about Diana right now?
I think her with the Sunfire build is actually kind of broken. It's definitely a power pick in the jungle, but I think that's Soko's Pantheon, so I'm kind of excited to see because I got the
Mm-hmm.
opportunity to play into that last week and it was very impressive.
Yeah, no. I agree with the Diana. The Bruiser Assassin has been a weird time in League, but I also really enjoy it. Um, we are gonna see immediately RMC picks up the Ari. Super good pick in the mid lane right now. Obviously, super safe pick too if she doesn't see a lot of help from her jungler.
Yeah, I want to see Alessandra from LLW personally. I
Yep.
know that she's very good into Ari and has a lot of safe laning potential with
Right.
her claw, being able to get out of sticky situations, and with the point click CC from Pantheon able to be connected to the charm is a little scary.
Okay.
But Smooth Gillings is whipping up Syndra.
Smooth hovering Heimerdinger, kind of giving me a heart attack there. Gonna lock in the Syndra, it seems like, which means we're gonna move over to the third pick from RMC. Uh, or actually, yeah, RMC, because they get 2 picks here, is gonna pick up the Twitch. Honestly, Young Trendsetter has been so excited about this Twitch pick recently. Um,
Yeah,
I
it's gonna be
I have nightmares about that rat space gliding on me. I've seen it so much in the past like 2 weeks.
yeah. Or Young Trendsetter's Twitch is one of his most played ADCs from what I've
Yes.
seen, and
Yep.
Smooth on Syndra is another favorite pocket pick he likes to whip out. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
excited to see them both on comfortable picks. I'm also very happy with the Yumi band to add this true space glide with the Twitch.
The true space glide. Yeah. RMC is gonna pick up a Ziggs here. Probably APC Ziggs. Honestly, I can't imagine the Ari goes anything else than mid lane. It might be a Ziggs Pantheon bot lane. It might not even be a Pantheon jungle. In all honesty, I think for now the Pantheon's still a flex pick.
So the Alawi ban coming out for the mini Soko. I know Biz played that last week, so that should be an interesting matchup. I'm excited to see what they both pick in the top lane. It's going to be a very fun matchup to watch, I think.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with you. I think that Alawi was an issue. It wasn't enough to solo carry LLW's games last week, but he definitely gave them a good scare. He was the most fed person on their team, and the only reason they stayed in that game for so long. So I'm not surprised to see it go. I'm surprised that they banned it away from themselves, but I imagine they just don't want it going to the other team.
I agree. I also know Mini Soko picked the York last week,
Yes.
which was very dominant into LE.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be exciting to see.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Ruckus has given me what I want. The Teemo one trick.
Please no.
Oh no, it was Biz. Yeah,
Yes.
that was Biz giving me a little glimpse of hope before he swaps over to something that actually makes sense. Biz gonna pick up the Orin here, a champion that he likes to play a whole lot. Not surprised to see that. We're gonna see the Alistair pick here over from RMC into what appears to be the Fiora.
Interesting. Ooh, maybe the Nasus for the scale matchup. I like that a lot. Or the Mordekaiser just for domination.
Either he doesn't know what he's actually playing, or he's just buying time. Nope, goes back to the Fiora. I think... I don't know. I don't have experience with either of these champs, so I don't know how this matchup plays out. I know Ornn is better into beefy characters with the max
There's
health
a lot of
shred.
CC that Orin provides that the riposte from Fiora is going to be able to cancel and block and.
Oh, that's true. The
throw a
dash
wrench
into the pillar knockup. Yeah.
Exactly, or the fire breath, the auto attack to hit the brittle.
Right, right.
I'm not a huge fan of the Senna pick, I'm not gonna lie. I think it's not terrible, but I don't know how it's gonna work into this comp very effectively. They've got a very good, strong engage, but Senna in the back, it's gonna be weird because it has to play around the Twitch as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think I like the Twitch set a matchup because it means for the most part they're always going to have more poke, right? Because you know, obviously Ziggs is going to poke a lot, but Alistair has to step up to do anything, which means he's getting gunned down by two ADCs, poking him out, and Senna with her shroud provides Twitch an even greater amount of roam ability if they decide to leave.
That's very true. I have a feeling the Alistair in the early game with the Ziggs, it's not really a lot of pressure. It's mostly just going to be disengaged, making sure the Diana can't get onto the Ziggs, and Ziggs is safe at all times.
I completely agree.
I can't imagine it being super oppressive or super engage heavy early on.
I'm sure the plan is just to farm as safely as possible until we get out of laning phase.
Right.
Let's see.
I think draft advantage definitely goes to LLW in my eyes. The comp looks a little bit better to me than Rocky Mountain's comp.
I agree. I think for me it's just due to the fact that I'm not a huge fan of the team comps that don't have ADCs. I like the traditional ADC carries, right? I always feel like APC carries have a hard time getting out of that laning phase fairly safely. So, but I think they have enough. I think they have enough frontline to keep up with LLW. They've really only got the Ornn and the Diana when she has a couple items. So it's just a matter of realistically what backline is putting in the most work, I think.
Right.
Okay, let's see.
I think it's going to be very hard to get onto the Twitch as well, especially with the Fiora Pantheon having to dive in and Cinder being able to push them away instead of being able to
Yeah,
provide shields. Like I like the team fight potential from LLW quite a bit.
yeah, I completely agree. Just an insane amount of CC too between Ornn ult and Diana ult. Um, it's it's a lot in a team fight, truly. I mean, Pantheon locks down one person. Ziggs can shuffle things around. He can't lock people down, but he can definitely create confusion in the middle of a team fight with the satchel. I don't know if it's going to be enough here, but the only real hard CC they have is Alistair and Pantheon, and both of those are single target CC, right? So I think
Yeah,
that
they also have
maybe
the
where they
Ari Storm from
struggle.
the later.
Yeah, yeah.
It's gonna be an interesting matchup for sure. I think Rocky Mountain's gonna have to either go for a lot of picks and try to snowball the game to the
hmm
point where Pantheon's able to one-shot either of the 80 carries, or they're just
hmm
gonna get demolished in the team fights, from my perspective.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Out to lunch. Apologies. Yes, my OBS is set up a little bit different because this is my first time. We've had to move some settings around because some things weren't working for me. That's why we were so late. You'll probably be able to hear notifications and stuff in the background. I hope that you can just ignore it. If it ruins your viewing experience, sorry. Takes you out of the
Eh,
moment. I apologize if you hear a Discord notification go off in the background. It is what it is. Oh boy, they're already betting too. Pumbaa put $5 on Soko camping mid or top.
I have a feeling it's gonna be top lane, just so the Fiora can be uncontrollable. It's gonna be really hard to. If the
Right.
Diana ends up going the Sunfire build, it might not have enough damage to get through the healing that Fiora provides, or
hmm
Orin's just gonna fall way too far behind and not be able to even farm
hmm
without taking a ton of life from Fiora.
Yeah, and I think there's something to be said for the fact that itemization on the side of LLW can be, or sorry, itemization on the side of LLW can be fairly heavy-handed towards magic damage, just because yes, Pantheon and Fiora do physical damage, but Pantheon doesn't scale past mid game, and Fiora is a single unit. I imagine Ornn is going to pick up either like Hullbreaker or Anathema. Maybe not Hullbreaker because he wants to be in a fight, but like Anathema Chains. So I don't know that they have to focus too much on um, physical resistance. Generally, if they're just trying to avoid the Fiora, taking fights around the Ari and the Ziggs, I think they can focus on picking up magic damage, something like the Spirit Visage or maybe like a Maul, something like that. Uh, but yeah, so we are going to wait out our 3 minutes. We're currently at 1:40 for our delay, and then we will move into game. But other than that, what do you guys think? Who do you think won the draft? Sorry, we don't have our predictions or our bets or anything like that. That would have to be somebody that has permissions on the E League channel, or the E League Twitch, whatever. So for tonight, we'll have to go without it. But just let us know. How do you feel about the game? How do you feel about game one? How it's going to go? What are your thoughts? Outdoor says LLW won draft. I think I agree with that. I'm also a big fan of Senna support. Champion that I really like in that position.
I just wanted to see if Mini Soko and Soko are able to snowball each other through the Orin lane,
Mm,
or if they continue with their traditional pattern of really playing heavy towards top side.
yeah, absolutely. I do think it's completely possible that, like, I think it's completely possible that obviously this Fiora gets out of control, but I think the Ari or the Ziggs could very well take the spotlight in uh, that role too into the carry for their game. So they just have to kind of be picky about what lanes they're choosing to gank and things like that. Obviously, Twitch has an insane roam along with Diana.
Right.
So But we'll
It's
just
gonna be
have to
really
see.
hard to chunk Ziggs and Senna out of lane because of Senna's healing though, and with her constant pressure and being able to auto attack Alistar and stack souls off of I feel like they have the range advantage for sure.
Yes.
And it's just gonna be so difficult for Ziggs to try to get Senna or Young Trendsetter low.
Yep, I completely agree. We are going to go to game 1 here. Here in just a second.
Look at all these prestige skins. Holy.
Yeah.
Prestige True Damage Senna, Prestige Star Guardian Syndra, Prestige Ascended Pantheon.
Yeah, it's a lot. They kind of just said, oh, well, you know. They're like, who do I
Everyone
have the
wants
best skin
this
on?
skin.
That's who I'm going to play tonight.
Right? Holy.
Gonna be honest, not a huge fan of the Kingpin Twitch skin, though.
It's a classic, but
I
yeah,
like
that's
the,
like a 520 skin, I'm pretty sure, maybe even cheaper.
Yep. Alright, we're gonna transition into game here. Let us know that you can see the game. I can see it on my end. Shouldn't be an issue here either.
Do we think either of the teams are going to be invading, or is it going to be a 5-point kind of angle?
We haven't seen an invade yet. So I hope it's a 5-point.
It's looking like RMC is looking for the 5-point.
Oh wow, Mikey Poo taking a lot of damage here in the mid lane.
Not too bad though. He should be able to get his reset off and back to lane and not miss any XP. There's one vote in the poll.
Oh, did a poll actually go up? Okay, cool.
I guess so.
Let's see, it does look like it's going to be a traditional 5-point here after that trading went off in the mid lane.
Looks like Soko's going to be pathing bot to top side, looking to play around the Fiora.
Yes.
And Solomon Khan is going to be starting top side, looking to play around his bot lane.
Yep, absolutely.
Interesting to see if the Diana goes for a full clear, and then I assume the Pantheon probably won't go for a full clear due to his clearing issues. But you never know.
Yep. Oh, I figured out how to zoom out. Let's go, boys. We're unstoppable.
All we need now is the ability to watch all 3 lanes at once, just like the
You mean like this?
and LCK do.
You mean like this?
This is pretty impressive, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Honestly, I wouldn't mind watching a game like this until fighting starts and then just zooming in. But I am going to zoom back in just a little bit. A little bit of trading here happening in the mid lane.
Both of them are about 2/3 HP. Nothing too crazy going on quite yet. I'm excited to see the young Trendsetter Twitch with Ghost instead of a combat summoner spell. I mean, technically Ghost could be a combat summoner spell, but it's no exhaust or ignite.
Yes, absolutely. Sly, do you mind turning yourself up in Discord on your own settings? I have you all the way up, but you're still a little bit quiet.
Yeah, I can do.
Appreciate it.
Is that better?
Soko looking for a level 3 gank. Get the Pantheon flash. Biz flash is out. Is going to live, it looks like. Is probably going to have to back, though. He only has roughly 100 health. That's unfortunate. Both laners here in the mid are under half health.
Bot lane might be a bit of a snooze fest.
Oh, going to see a TP back from Binge just to get some lane CS back. Apologies, my squirrel brain can immediately snap to these pings occasionally. It happens.
Has the volume improved, or?
I believe so. Is he a little bit louder for you guys? Ooh, Biz is going to bring his laner down to about half health.
Good trade from him for sure.
Okay, yes, you've got a little
I'm
bit
intrigued to see if
louder.
he's gonna. I can turn
Pantheon
it up
here.
more if need.
I think you're good for now. If somebody says something. Okay, cool. You're good to go.
Awesome.
Rex Regnum sitting about half health now.
I'm really like kind of spooked for Mini Soko at the moment, just because he's stepping up so far for
Ooh, Biz
CS
is
when the
gonna
wave's
get the
already
hit
pushing
onto.
to him.
Yeah. We'll turn the timeline off here. Okay, we're going to sit here on items. Everybody fairly even in CS, except over in the jungle, Young Trendsetter is currently 9 CS up on Pantheon here at the 5-minute mark. Only 9 CS, but at 5 minutes, it's still a decent bit. Currently up about 200 gold on him.
It's all about the small gains in the early game. Maybe he'll get a early Dark Seal or something and try to push his lead.
Yeah, quite possibly.
I always like to go for the early Dark Seal on AP junglers.
Sorry, apology. This isn't going to throw me off. Young Trend set into ADC for this game. Solomon Khan is jungle, so Solomon Khan is up 9 CS. Rex Regnum going to take a little bit more poke here from the Senate, doing what she does best. Mini Soko losing that trade pretty hard. He's going to go down to 3/4 health. Going to get a few hits in, but it's not going to be enough to bring the difference back.
Is taking a lot of damage from the wave there, trying to freeze it.
Ooh,
nice
good
stun from the Syndra, but perfect charm to block it.
Ooh, is the Ignite get him? Oh, he gets the minion throw.
The solo bolo from Smooth Jillian.
His
Impressive.
mental is rock solid today. Let's go. Soko going on to Smooth, though. I don't think it's going to be enough. Pushes him off. Hits him with a thrown minion. Soko going to take a little bit of damage, but going to walk out relatively unscathed. Score is currently 1-0 with Smooth getting that solo kill in the mid lane. Looking at a 1.3k gold difference, Mini Soko is going to jump onto Biz here. Biz is going to wait for the parry to go out before knocking her up. Misses the ultimate, unfortunate. Mini Soko is going to... Mini Soko would have died there if he had managed to get the ultimate to go back. That's unfortunate.
100% he would have been dead.
Mini Soko, doesn't have Doran's shield, so not regaining a whole lot of health there in that bush. Hopefully Biz realizes he has it recalled, but it doesn't look like he's going to even bother checking. Just going to sit there and farm. Ooh, Mini Soko goes back in on Biz, gets the parry, gets the hit, taking damage for the... Oh! Biz turns around with his breath. Wow. That honestly great play. Is Mikey Poo going to get this here? Ah, Mikey Poo is going to clean up. Going to die to Solomon Khan. Solomon ults, brings him down to half health. Mikey Poo throws out his orb. Not going to be enough. Solomon Khan claims the cleanup. The score has gone from 1-0 to 3-1 here very quickly.
Nice little 1.6k gold lead held by LLW.
Absolutely. Honestly, very good play from Biz. Unfortunately, he got cleaned up from the rotating mid laner, but the mid laner does get caught out by the jungler who was doing his gromp at the time, so good trade.
Now that Pantheon 6, I want to see where his first ult goes, where he's really going to prioritize trying to get a lead.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I'm pretty sure that's a long cooldown that he's going to have to expend to use to gank.
I can't imagine it would be anything other than top. He knows that Biz doesn't have his flash. Actually, Biz's flash is back up already. But, I mean, the Fiora is obviously going to be the biggest threat if he gets ahead.
Right.
Biz not in a great spot right now if Mini Soko decides to go on him, but he ain't going to get the knock up. Mini Soko going to follow up with some autos and hits the parry. There comes the Pantheon ult. Is under tower, though. They're not taking tower shots. Wait a second. Oh,
Ooh,
not going to be enough. Biz walks out with 10 health.
just shy.
Just shy. Does have
Very well played by the Biz.
teleport coming up in 10 seconds though, so is going to be back to lane. Oh, he's staying though. This feels greedy. Oh, and Minisoko
Here
gets
comes the
back on top
Fiora.
of him. Yeah. Minisoko used ultimate there. Didn't really feel necessary, but I guess he just didn't want to take any chances. Young Trendsetter picks up Rex Regnum on the dash though. Solomon Khan comes in and is going to get a double kill. That is 2-0 for the bot lane on the side of LLW. Soko finds Smooth Gillings in mid here. Smooth is going to clean it up. Wow. Autoed him to
Played
death.
that bush well.
There is so much fighting. Mikey Poo slain Solomon Khan. Solomon Khan slain Mikey Poo. They go 1-for-1.
Let's see if Biz can, or how far back Minisoko goes. Biz has ult. Might look for something.
Yes. Nope.
Nope.
There we go. There we go. We're good. Wow. Smooth Gillings and Young Trendsetter are both currently 2-0, worth 150 gold bounty shut down.
This is kind of spooky for RMC right now, just because their team is a snowball team and they're down 4k gold or 3k gold at this point in the game.
Absolutely. They're playing from behind when their team needs to be ahead to function.
Very true. Put a lot of pressure on Rex Regnum to be able to deal damage late game.
Yes. Which, you know, if he's behind, he's not going to be doing any damage. That's one of the unfortunate things about APCs is, like, with ADCs, at least your autos are still doing something. If you stretch out a fight, you can burn somebody down eventually. APCs, though, just don't do enough damage if they're behind, though, it feels like.
Completely true. Especially with the state that Lethal Tempo is in at the moment, I think Lethal Tempo just deals allows the ADCs to deal way too much damage. Being able to increase attack range on top of everything else.
Soko is going to find Solomon Khan. Both junglers decide to head to the top lane and interact in a fight. Solomon Khan following up Soko is going to claim the kill. Still half health though. Mini Soko is going to try to walk out. Should be relatively healthy. Both mid laners have decided to walk up. Mikey Poo misses the charm. Is going to walk away. Okay, that is 1-0 for the side of LLW.
I'm still kind of disappointed in Salman Khan not having the Dark Seal yet. He's 3-1 on an AP jungler. He could use it to scale.
Ooh, Minisoko is going to come in. Mikey Poo is going to come in for the gank here. They are going to clean up Biz. Going to give the kill to Fiora. Pantheon ultimate comes in. Ooh, Young Trendsetter gets shut down by Rex Regnum. Unfortunate.
This is some much-needed momentum coming back towards RMC's side of the map.
Absolutely.
Very well played. Winning on 2 different sides of the map. Ganking top and succeeding, and ganking bottom and succeeding, giving Rex Regnum the kill. Are they going for the dragon, though? That's might be a little bit greedy. Young Trendsetter's back with ult, and Ghost is coming up as well. And Solomon Khan is in the area with ult also coming up here real shortly. The question is, are they going to rotate fast enough, or are they just giving it away? Looks like a give.
Yeah, they're just gonna have to give the. They're fully set up to do it. Even if he got over the wall, he would die for the dragon. Which I don't think is a bad thing at this state. He's not worth a shutdown anymore, so if he tried, I think it would be fine. But, you know, I understand it. It's first drag, not wanting to give up any kills.
Absolutely. It looks like the Ziggs is opting towards the Leandri's Tournament for his mythic item, and he's also gotten the blue buff for the from Soko. There's the Leandri's picked up and the TP burnt. I don't know if the Ziggs harass will be enough quite yet, just because Leandri's is a really strong item, but the Senna's healing might just outpower it at this stage of the game, and the blue buff is going to really help him with maintaining farm equivalency with the Twitch.
Yeah. Score currently 8-5. Looking at a 4K gold lead. Wow, a 4K gold lead at 14 minutes for the side of LLW. Minisoko is going to get the sun off here on Biz.
That was a fantastic trade, other than the fact
Yeah,
that he got hit by a turret shot. But it looks like
absolutely.
he's still going for it.
Ooh,
Great
yeah.
flash dodge the Arnold, and Mikey Poo comes to clean it
I
up.
don't. I don't. I appreciate that he's showing up to help, but I feel like the kill definitely should have went to Minisoko if possible.
I agree, 100%. The Fiora is definitely the split push, and you want her to be able to 1v2 even in certain situations while
Yes,
she's trying to draw pressure away from objectives on the other side of the map.
absolutely. Ruckus gonna walk into the bomb pile here though, taking a lot of damage.
Interesting flash.
Oh, unfortunate. Rex right now
Oof.
cleans up Ruckus with the Ultra Mega Death Bomb. That's unfortunate. It seems like he just stopped walking when he saw the indicator for the ultimate.
Yeah, I think he had no chance of getting out myself.
Right.
After burning flash to flash in, which I'm
Yes.
a little oof on. I don't even know. It's just not the best flash in the world, but maybe he'll make it back up in the later game.
Hopefully. Solomon Khan ain't going to flash on a Rex Regnum. Isn't going to be close enough to get the ultimate off. Both are going to walk out with their life, though, so no harm, no foul. Everybody is super low, though. They are jinking it back, though. It looks like Solomon Khan isn't going to be able to clean that up. Everybody resetting now. No objectives on the map currently to play for. We didn't even notice Harold was taken while they were fighting. Harold goes to the side of LLW. We haven't seen it drop yet, though.
Who's it on? I can't even see. Or did they miss the eye?
I don't think they missed the eye. Nobody currently has it, though. Huh. Unusual. That's weird. Maybe they.
Oh,
Maybe...
I think they might have gotten it earlier and dropped it mid.
Oh,
That's why the
yeah.
tower's gone. Makes sense.
There's so much fighting going on, we can't actually follow, like, the basics of the game. Apologies.
No.
Minisoko gonna run into a 3-man here. That's unfortunate. He gets the parry off, but just isn't gonna be enough. Young Trendsetter picks up the kill. Is currently 3-1.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, Solomon Khan also 3-1. 150 gold bounty. Smooth has not died yet. Is 2-0 currently. 40 CS up on his enemy mid laner. Soko comes in with the ultimate though, and is gonna get the sun off and pick up Smooth. Unfortunate. Still doing fairly well. He's 2-1 with 40 CS up. Unfortunately, he gave up bounty gold there, but it is what it is.
Harold is currently getting taken by the side of LLW. The Diana's on it solo, while the bot lane is in the top lane looking to take down that tower or rotate down to help.
Yeah, well, he knows the Fiora just backed, and he has sided both bot lane and the Ziggs, so this is fairly free for him. It does pick up Rift number 2. Score currently 8-9, kind of evened out. The gold difference is sitting at 3K currently. So
I really like how RMC is playing this currently.
Yes, they are pulling this back.
They've got the Earth Drake though, and the Mountain Drake is very strong on this patch currently. Harold looks like it's getting dropped mid, but they're really maintaining tempo and matching the pace of the game that's being forced upon them by LLW.
Yeah, absolutely. Second, Harold went out, honestly, just as a stopgap so they could get drag. Got caught up on the waves, which is unfortunate. Didn't get a dash off, but it is what it is. They do claim a Cloud Dragon. Miniseko is gonna parry the ultimate. Just stares at Biz as he walks away. Unfortunate. It looks like this game is going to be Hextech Soul. That's a fun one. I feel like the Hextech gates bring a lot to the game, truthfully.
I agree. The ability to invade and rotate and get to objectives quicker is definitely a big help to teams.
I wish they would bring back Chemtech Drag though. I know everybody complained and moaned about it when it was here, but like
I hate it.
it was as a Teemo one trick, it was just so fun. You're telling me I could be permanently invisible standing in the middle of jungle, not even in a
I'm pretty
bush?
sure
I'll
they're
take it.
bringing it back next season.
I believe it could be reworked. Rex Regnum Hourglass into Solomon Khan ult though isn't gonna get pulled. Mikey Poo gets pulled. Isn't gonna be enough though. They're gonna back off. Good, honestly, great Hourglass from Rex Regnum. He might have been dead there had he got hit.
Rex Regnum playing on point tonight. He flashed the Diana ult earlier, and then just Zhonya's this one. Super well played.
Rex Regnum currently keeping up in CS and is 2-1. Is almost done with. Actually, it looks like he just bought the stopwatch and is going into what appears to be his demonic, I believe. Or no, sorry, he is
Archangels potentially.
Archangels. Yes, yep, that makes sense. Something to note: Ari is currently worth 150 gold extra on her bounty. She's 4-3 currently. Mikey Poo doing very well there.
Yeah, and he's got 5 stacks in the Dark Seal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which, if he keeps playing the way he is and getting kills and everything like that, I'm excited to see if he's able to transition that into a Magi's or if he just sits on the Dark Seal until late game.
Yes, absolutely. I don't think either one is an incorrect choice. I think just leaving it in the Dark Seal is a safe play, but obviously the Magi's upgrading the Dark Seal into the Magi's is it's a greedier move, but it could also secure you the win. Obviously, high risk, high reward type of situation.
Whenever I seem to buy Magi's in my own games, as soon as I get it, it's the Forsaken Book. It's a wasted 1,250 gold. All of a sudden, I'm 0 stacks and playing way too aggressive or risky.
Mini Soko goes in. Brick Machine goes in. Mini Soko had to back off. Brick Machine is in the middle of a 4-man. Is getting messed up. Here comes the Pantheon. Oh, that is a huge knockup for Biz on the Ornn. Solomon Khan picks up a kill on the Alistair. They are going to get the root off from the Senna. Solomon Khan is going to pick up a double kill here. That is 3-0 on the side of LLW.
I think in that situation, you just let the Alistar go down. He had his ult popped, but you had people not in the fight, and that was a 5-stack LLW right there. You opted into a 3v5. Not the best decision I've ever seen.
I completely agree. Brick Machine popped his ult there. Wasn't enough to save him. Soko and Mini Soko both popped their ult also.
Huge damage onto Mikey Poo. And Smooth Galen's Ignite.
Solomon Khan looking to follow it up. Looks like Mikey Poo is going to make it out alive, though. Everybody's just going to back off, push some waves, and reset, it looks like.
So that's Baron. Let's see what they can do with this power play. They already have the mid lane 2 towers, inner and outer down.
Yes.
So are they going to look to break the base, or are they just going to try to scoop the other outer towers and inner towers, trying to get some gold in the pockets and try to extend this lead?
I don't know. I think, well, they're past the time where it would be detrimental to break an inhib, right? So either one is a viable option. Obviously, not everybody knows this because it's not common knowledge, but breaking an opponent's inhibitor pre-20 minutes actually benefits them more than it inhibits them. The money that they get from super minions is vastly increased at that point in the game. Could lead to them easily snowballing. Soko is going to find himself facing down 3 people, but they are going to back off, not wanting to push into the enemy jungle. There's a 4-man forming currently in RMC's bot side jungle. They are split up, Mikey Poo on top, everybody else on the bottom. Looking to be a 5v5. Young Trendsetter bringing up the rear. Brick Machine gets a knockout. Here comes out the Ornn ult. Oh, that is a 4-man Ornn ult. That is huge. Brick Machine is going to fall to Young Trendsetter. Smooth Gillings is going to ultimate Soko. Yes, absolutely. That is going to be...
He failed the Q over the wall.
Yeah.
Can they be punish?
2-0 currently. Looks like they're just going to back off. Mini Soko running in arguably the wrong direction. But I don't think he can turn around at this point.
Diana taking the Drake while they're chasing.
Okay, trying to use the bush. Oh, wait a second. I can't believe they fell for that. Minisoko gonna go back in for Biz. Gets hit by the set of stun. She parries it. Young Trendsetter picks up. Young Trendsetter gets a double kill. Picks up Mikey Poo. And Rex Regnum gets a triple kill. Picks up Minisoko. That is huge. Young Trendsetter currently 7-1, worth 500 extra gold. Somebody gets a kill, that is 800 gold on them.
I think it's a huge mistake if they let the Twitch through in game 2.
Yes, I completely agree. Solomon Gon gonna pick up Soko here. Senna gonna pick up Brick Machine, it looks like. Good
I don't know why they even went for that play. That was a 2-on-5.
Yeah. You know something's wrong if your opponent's support is also positive. That is unfortunate.
Rocking the 14 KD, 12 assists, 2 kills, 1 death. Very well played by him this game.
Honestly, a better KD than their Fiora, which is... Actually, Ruckus has a better KDA than anybody on the opposing team, which is unfortunate. Mikey Poo is going to pick off Smooth Gillings here. Young Trendsetter is just going to run, try to get out. Mikey Poo picks up a triple kill, while Young Trendsetter picks up a double kill. Young Trendsetter is going to get exhausted here, slow him down a little bit. Is he going to make it out? Brick Machine flashes.
He doesn't have the ghost anymore.
Yeah, Brick Machine flashing for the knockout. Young Trendsetter goes invisible.
Looks like he's out of there.
Wow, made it out. Impressive. There is something to be said, though, for Mikey picking up a triple kill there. That's a lot of gold for him. Currently 7-4. Young Trendsetter is now 9-1. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Everybody going to slow down here for a minute. We're going to see everybody reset.
Young Trendsetter picks up the Hurricane, which is going to be massive for their team fights.
Mm-hmm.
I think RMC really needs to be playing towards their comps design. Mm-hmm. They are a pick comp. They need to be pressuring the side lanes and really using the Pantheon ult to collapse on the lone individuals in the sid lanes, and they're opting into the team fights against a team fight heavy LLW team.
I completely agree. I think LLW is much more geared towards the traditional 5v5 team fight, which we're going to see happen here again. It looks like Solomon Khan ain't going to pick up 2 people with the ultimate. Here comes the Ornn ult and the Senna ult. Ain't going to get parried. Solomon Khan goes over the wall to follow Minisoko. Isn't going to finish him off. Solomon Khan doesn't have a way to get back over the wall, it seems like.
He used that flash in.
Yeah.
Let's see if he can make it out. Or looking to tank the tower for him, maybe? Oh, they're just going all through the tower.
Yeah. Smooth Gillings ain't going to pick up Brick Machine. Solomon Khan is going to fall there. Biz ain't going to die to Rex Regnum. Young Trendsetter is going to flash over the wall. Or, sorry, Smooth Gillings is going to flash over the wall. Apologies. Young Trendsetter is still trying to space glide on him. They're going to take this inhib here. 2 inhib broken. There are super minions breaking down the enemy base. 1 Nexus tower is gone. The other at half health. RMC is in dire straits here. Ooh, Smooth gets the push. Soko gets the jump onto Smooth, picks him up. Young Trendsetter is going to kill Minisoko here. Soko not going to die to the poison, unfortunately. Looks like they're going to back up and reset, try to clear here.
RMC is just making desperation plays at this point, trying to get any amount of gold back on them and try to get some tempo going.
Mm-hmm.
It's unfortunate they're on the back foot. They're down 10k gold and just really struggling for their lives at this point. 1 Nexus tower left, 2 inhibs down.
Now, I will say we can't count RMC out yet, just because this is pre-your time. But I have casted 2 games in my time here at the league where a team has been down 10k gold and still won the game.
Oh, I'm excited if that happens.
Yeah.
That'd be very hype.
And not even like they were down 10k gold at some point and then came back and won. Like, they were down 10k gold when they blew up the Nexus. So, it's something to watch out for. And then, if we're talking about old games, there's also a very fun game from last season where at, like, I don't know, 18 minutes into the game, they win a team fight and no towers are down yet. They just run it down mid and end the game at like 18 minutes before anybody respawns. They take out all 3 towers, they inhib both of the Nexus towers, and then the Nexus. It was a sight to behold. But anyway, back to this game. They're pushing topside, trying to get that last tower, and inhib super minions are pushing in to RMC's base through the mid lane. Soko at the bottom, jumping on a Smooth. Isn't going to be enough. Smooth pushes him off. Solomon Khan backing up here. Biz trying to take some of the front line. Gets charmed. Ruckus and Biz get knocked up here. Biz slays Mikey Poo with the ultimate.
Big Arnold.
Smooth ultimates Brick Machine. Oh no, not ultimates. He hits him with an orb. Apologies. Young Trendsetter with the ultimate. Going to come in. Claims the tower.
That looks like
Gets a double kill.
Yep.
This
is my... Go ahead.
Oh, no. I was just going to say that is game 1 of LLW versus RMC.
That's my biggest issue with APCs is just the lack of wave clear once Baron is up. Once the increased minion stats and defensive stats on them, it's just so hard for Ziggs to get through them, and with only 2 melee wave clear options, it's just really tough to get through the minions.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was a really good game. RMC was doing really good to pull it back there for a little while. Just unfortunate that they couldn't keep that comeback going. At a certain point, Young Trendsetter and Smooth and Solomon Khan's lead was just a little bit too much for them to deal with.
Right.
It was a good game, though. We are going to cut to intermission, and we will be back in 5 to 6 minutes, so we'll catch y'all then.
Always ready.
Right. Hello, and welcome back for Game 2 of LLW versus RMC. LLW takes Game 1. Both teams are super antsy to get back into draft, so I will let them know. No, I'm not taking my shirt off, Trendsetter. Maybe in private, but not here. Let's see. I will let everybody know that we are ready to go.
I'm very surprised by RMC's choice to take blue side. I don't know if they have a priority pick in mind or what they were thinking.
It's possible they want to take the Twitch instead of banning it.
That'd be interesting for sure. I just think dragon control is very important on this patch, and taking red side really opens up the opportunities for you to control the dragon.
Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah, let us know what you thought of that first game. I do think there was a world where RMC pulls that back to a certain degree. I think, obviously, there is a point of no return. But to a degree, what do you expect to see from the pick bans here?
I want to see the Twitch off the table.
I agree.
I think that was way too dominant in the first game, and I mean, I don't even think they need to ban the Twitch because Young Trendsetter is switching to jungle, so I am not quite sure what Little Half-Cut plays for ADC, but I know Young Trendsetter played jungle last season, so it's going to be interesting to see if he's feeling warm or if he's going to go back to his roots.
Yes.
I want to see what Soko plays because that's 2 weeks in a row he's done Pantheon game 1. I wonder if they're going to give him the counter pick this time or if he's going to be playing something he feels like might scale a little better than Pantheon does. Because I know Pantheon has such a dominant early game and it didn't go quite well last time. Like, I know it's meant to be a snowball pick, but they were just kind of on the back foot the entire game last game.
Right, I completely agree. I will tell them to go ahead for the 3rd time in a row. We should be good to go here. We're staring at the draft screen. So we should be hopping in immediately. Yes, here we go. We're seeing picks and bans from both sides now. No worries. Okay, so from the side of RMC, we're going to see Akali, Ashe, and Diana go. I think that Diana is a really good choice there. I still wish that they would take the Twitch because now he has free reign to play it. Obviously, they pick up Sivir here, but I still think Twitch really needed to go.
I really don't like the Akali ban. I don't think Smooth or the Biz plays Akali, and I don't expect to see it in any other
Yes.
role. So
Um,
I think that is kind of just a throwaway ban to some degree.
yeah, quite possibly. I really don't know what's going on there because I know for a fact that neither Biz or Smooth have Akali in their match history, at least recently.
Yeah, I don't know. That one just kind of threw me off. I'm not gonna lie. I really like the Seraphine pick though. The Seraphine is a monster of a character right now in League of Legends. Like it just is so dominant. It's got so much control. Sona 2.0,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gonna be really nice to have paired with the Varus, especially because the big charm wall straight into the root by Varus.
Yes.
It's gonna be another big team fight comp. So Sivir will be able to spell shield one, but maybe not the other. Is my concern at the moment.
Yeah, that's true. I do think it's a lot of poke from the side of LLW. Kind of the same thing that they were doing last game, to a degree, I think.
Yeah, big team fight comp as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just find a choke point, hold the choke point, demolish the choke point.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah,
kind of being
exactly.
countered by the Sivir and a Mumu, I guess, because Sivir's got massive AoE, and with the bouncing boomerangs now dealing more damage, it's kind
Mm-hmm.
of intimidating. And then the Amumu ulti is also very oppressive.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Um, we are going to see them pick up what looked to be Viego here, as well. Wait a second. I guess this is a Mumu support, huh?
Yeah,
Hmm.
I kind of like that.
No, I don't dislike it, for sure. I just don't normally see a Mumu in that position. I do think between the Viego and the Mumu, that's a lot of dive pressure, which may be what they're doing this game. They had a pick comp last game. Uh, this looked to be a pretty heavy pick comp already too.
Yeah, both teams are really looking to team fight, so I think it's going to come down to micro as well.
Oh
Another
no,
Alawi ban coming out towards Minisoko.
they're picking up the Wukong. That is a flex jungle or top lane right now.
Primarily jungle,
Yes,
from my experiences,
but I
especially
do
into
know that
Viego.
Biz can play the Wukong in the top lane, so it's always a possibility.
Very true. It's a big matchup in LPL right now between the Wukong and Viego in the jungle. I know
Mm-hmm.
that they seem to be each other's counters to a degree. It's whoever can snowball harder, or if Viego can get his first possession and keep resetting his ulti, or
Uh
if the
huh.
Wukong can really get his ulti going and hard engage in the back line.
Yeah, absolutely. RMC is going to be on away the Swain and the Ornn. I think the Ornn was a big player in that last game. Obviously, he wasn't a carry. He ended the game 1-5, I believe, or 2-5. Oh, sorry. But I do think it was pivotal to the team fight to make sure that they went off with that hitch. So I'm not surprised to see that ban away. I am surprised to see the Ari come out for the side of LLW. I don't know Smooth to play Ari
Oh, he plays
specifically.
Ari.
Does he play Ari? You say that in such a
Yeah,
weird way.
he likes Ari a lot. We had a clash a couple of weeks back where he got Ari all 3 games and proceeded to snowball that into winning a clash tournament, which was
Hmm.
a lot of fun. Ari is one of his better mid laners, I'd say. That and his Syndra and maybe Oriana are his like top 3 mid laners for Smooth.
All right, well, we'll see how it goes. RMC picks up the Viegar, my god. Picks up the Vigar, and the Tryndamere for the top lane. Uh, Biz going to lock in what looks like Aatrox, by far Biz's best champion. Very exciting. No,
I'm kind
wait
of
a
scared
second.
if he picks the Aatrox. He
He's
had a game the
swapping
other
here.
day. Biz had a game the other day. He was into a Tryndamere as Aatrox and it did not go so well.
Oh,
But
swaps over to Darius. You, sir, don't get to talk about people's games not going well, Mr. 0 and 30 Singed. You,
that
sir, have
wasn't solo
lost that
duo.
right.
Oh, that was a fun game. What do you want from me? It was
I
only 0
wish
and 16.
I wish I had that recording all the way up until
I
the
should have
game
gotten
ended. He's
banned for
like, "I'm
that game.
snowballing, I'm scaling. We're gonna do this."
Scaling.
Oh, I love it. But Biz is going to lock in the Darius here. Both teams have their final rosters. Gonna let them know to go ahead.
I'm excited to see the mid lane matchup. I know Vygar Cage is very good into Ari if he can get her inside because she is doesn't have the ability to use her ult.
Yes.
But
I mean,
other than that, it's
yeah.
a fairly typical matchup.
Well, because, I mean, to be fair, the Ari ult is, the dash is long enough that it doesn't matter where you're standing, you're going to end up running into the wall, right?
Yeah,
Even
exactly.
even if you go across the diameter, the longest part of the cage, you're still going to hit one side. So you have to be super careful about that.
Top lane's just going to be a snowball matchup. It's going to be real tight between the Biz and Mini Soko. Whoever gets a lead early is really just going to take over that lane.
Yeah.
From my thought process.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's going to be interesting to see Young Trendsetter in the jungle instead of in the bot lane because now Lil Halfcut is coming in with Ruckus, and
Yes.
let's see if they're going to be able to play safe enough with the engage potential from a Mumu and just the chain CC and lockdown and everything like that could come in with the Viego ganks as well.
Yes. Oh, if you didn't see it on the caster desk, I did change the names around, but Solomon Khan was only able to play game one. LLW is subbing in their team sub, which is completely allowed because it's not a sub pool sub, it's their 6 member of their team. So Little Half Cut will be moving into the ADC role, and Young Trendsetter will be moving up into the jungle role for this game. Just something to keep in mind.
I have a feeling that RMC might have won this draft. I don't know. That's just my perspective, though. I really like LLW's team, but something about RMC's team is just speaking to me.
I think so. I'm interested to see this Darius Tryndamere matchup, just because Darius Bleed is essentially Ignite for the most part, right? If you have enough stacks, it's just an extra Ignite, and as we all know, Ignite is the Tryndamere killer. It kind of just ends the man's career, assuming you use it correctly. So I think Minisoko will have to be super careful about the engages he chooses and the fight that he chooses to take. I don't know the matchup super well. I'm just thinking about the potential to finish off Tryndamere with the bleed after his ultimate, assuming you get him down low enough. But I do know that Tryndamere takes 2 points into his heal at level 3 instead of taking his shout. So, he might have enough healing out of the ultimate from the Q to get past the bleed, but we'll just have to wait and see. I think both teams have a fairly standard team comp here. Only real difference is that LLW has decided to go for an enchanter instead of a frontline tank, whereas RMC had the Amumu. So I think
Right.
I think we'll just have to get into game to find out.
I'm really looking forward to this game. I like
Yeah.
that RMC went away from the pick comp that they had last game and have a traditional ADC now, especially with Sivir, it being
Yes.
super strong.
I'm interested to see how Solomon Khan swapping out affects him. From what I know, Little Half Cut is a decent player. They like playing with him as far as I know, and he communicates well. So hopefully that doesn't affect a whole lot. But the Diana last game was a pivotal point of their team comp. So I don't know how this will affect the game moving forward. Hopefully it doesn't mess stuff up too much for them. Games are best of 3. So if LLW wins this game, we won't have a game 3. If they lose, we will move into game 3. So we'll see how that goes.
My camera actually does put me in the Matrix. What the hell? I just watched that.
Occasionally, the guest cam will do that. I've seen it a couple of times now.
Yeah, I didn't know what they were saying until I just saw it, but I was watching the
Yeah.
stream and
Yep.
holy.
Oh, another thing. We are affiliate now. I believe we've been affiliate for a couple months at this point. If you have a Prime Gaming sub or an Amazon Prime account that you just haven't used yet, you can subscribe. Consider dropping it to us. It helps out, helps grow the channel. It gets more viewership. Hopefully, we can be on the front page one day. That'd be super sick. But I don't know exactly how that works. I'm not a Twitch person, so I don't know if it's possible for smaller streams to end up there or if it's just the hot tub girls. I'm not completely sure, but
We can get a hot tub.
we could get a hot tub. I think we talked about this at one point. A hot tub caster desk. I'm here for it.
A lot of potential there.
Oh my god.
The only thing that concerns me about LLW's draft is their bot lane's lack of peel to a degree. Like, I know Seraphine has a root, but if Amumu and Viego get on them, they just have so low mobility and really only have Seraphine move speed and her empowered W to heal them a little bit potentially.
Yes. Yeah, that is
So,
true.
I think that's a very easy snowball lane.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Out to Lunch, for the Twitch Prime. See, that's why you plug it. Because they go, oh, I do have a Twitch Prime. And they go, well, I'll subscribe here, and you know. Call me.
Move out here.
Yeah. The Zoo Discord caster stream, hot tub stream. Wild. Make a lot of money off of that. We'll sell calendars.
I think Frank might have a hot tub we could borrow.
And I think the hot tub itself is actually funny. I think it's even funnier if it's just super low quality and it's like a kiddie pool. I think that's even more amusing. Like a plastic kiddie pool from Walmart.
True. That'd be fantastic. Some blow up palm trees in the background and just a tarp with sand on it.
Yep, absolutely. We go to the beach for the stream and just set the kiddie pool like right in front of the ocean. Absolutely.
I don't know if there's any ocean near me, but or near you. But we've got Lake Michigan, which is kind of close.
I'm absolutely in the middle of the country. I have a river. The Mississippi's right here, but like you get in trouble if you get in that one.
Do you actually?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess not if you're not caught. But you have to have a boating license to go out onto the Mississippi River just because there's a lot of like river commerce that happens. I don't know if you've ever seen like a river barge. They are massive.
I've seen a few. I've been down to St. Louis before.
Yeah. I mean, like, they're the size of yachts. They're not quite as tall, but like perimeter-wise, they are huge, so.
Right. I know that in European countries, they've got canals built strictly for river barges to transport goods, I guess.
Out to lunch, I don't know what you're talking about.
Enormous.
The Mississippi River is clear. You can see the bottom. I don't know what you're talking about there. Not the consistency and color of mud. Yeah. All right, we are going to move into game here. Let me go ahead and change the scene.
Looks like Soko might be AFK. Or DC'd. He just ran straight into Fountain.
Oh, I hope not.
Oh, no, he's here.
Yeah, no, we're good.
Control. Had me thrown for a second the way he was pathing. Any early game shenanigans going to go down here is the real question.
We're going to see a little poke from Mikey Poo. Get a stack there.
Unsure if he has the mana flow band, but that's an easy plus 25 on that if he does.
We will see in just a second.
He's already pinging his AP. I like it. +1, baby. Let's go.
Okay, we've unlocked the camera. We'll go back here for a minute. He does have mana flow band. Yes, he does.
He's got the 50 mana and then another 12 stacks on his tier.
Yes.
Lead already going to RMC.
Mm-hmm.
Cleanse is coming out from both 80 carries. I'm not a big fan of the cleanse on Sivir, I'm not going to lie. Because the only thing you can really cleanse is the exhaust. And, I mean, it's not terrible, but...
Yeah.
you got the charms coming from Seraphine Ari, and then the root from Varus, but
I think it's
that's
I
level
think it's
6. That
fine. I mean,
I'm just such a big fan of the Ghost on the 80 carries at the moment. Just
I
that extra mobility.
I do like Ghost. I love taking Ghost. Doesn't matter what lane.
The only
Something
thing you would need a spell shield is the Seraphine, and then just run away from the Varus.
Yeah, there's something about just being faster than everybody else on the map that's just mwah, chef's kiss, you know what I mean?
Right. Both junglers starting topside here.
Yeah, both
Should be.
jugglers rotating up. Wukong is going to skip his chickens, go straight for the Krugs, quite possibly looking to get a... Oh no, he ain't going to go back down. So, just changing up the pattern a little bit. Might even look...
Yeah, getting
Mikey
the
Poo's
early level
almost...
3.
Mikey Poo's probably like 2/3 health. Might look for a level 3 gank here.
Level
Vigo...
2 gank coming up onto the Biz.
Yeah, Soko going to come on to Biz. Is going to get the stun. Biz isn't going to bother burning flash here. Doesn't matter. Tryndamere is going to pick up the first kill. That is unfortunate, but it is a kill for Mini Soko.
Unsure if Mini Soko really needed to burn his flash there. He had his ghost popped, and I know he got Darius's ghost, but
Yes.
seems like he was in a position where he could have gotten that last auto off regardless if he flashed or not.
Oh, Toad actually brings up a good point. Darius does not have flash, running Ghost Ignite. Which I guess
Really
that
going
is
for
a
that kill.
Darius thing, but you know.
It's a little bit greedy, just because you can't flash away.
I wonder if the
But
Ghost
it's going for the early kill.
I wonder if the Ghost over Flash is like a thing that's just really good on Darius, or if it's like a culture thing, because like nobody else that I know of in the top lane does that, at least the traditional Bruisers. Soko is going to come on a smooth Gillings here. Oh, is going to tower dive, is
Oh, he
going to
canceled
get
the
the
auto.
kill. Isn't going to take another tower shot there. Young Trendsetter going to look to follow this up. Is he going to get it? Is he going to take a shot? Is he going to get the kill? Going to look to pick up Mikey Poo here. Mikey Poo going to drop the cage and run away. Young Trendsetter is... staying, though. Gonna look to go again. Mikey Poo gets a shield.
No mana, though, on Mikey Poo.
Ooh, misses the
And he queued the
Q.
minion.
Unfortunate.
A little bit unfortunate on Soko's end. He probably could have killed Young Trendsetter there. He took the extra tower shot by canceling the auto on Smooth.
Yes. Yep.
Real unfortunate. That could have been a very messy situation for LLW that turned very good by a little bit sloppy micro, but hopefully they can make it up in the mid to late game, because that is a big kill that went on to Young Trendsetter that he can push into other lanes now.
Yeah, absolutely. Score is currently 2-1. Looking at only 100 gold difference between the two teams. So, the game is pretty much dead even at the moment. Not a whole lot happening. Definitely not as aggressive as it was this last game. I believe we were at 5 or 6 kills at the 5.5 minute mark.
I'll take your word for it. I'm not 100% sure. Another thing I like to do with champion... Oh, they just collapsed on Smooth.
Mikey Poo drops another cage. Soko is coming in on Smooth. Gonna try to make it out. Isn't gonna be enough though. Mikey Poo picks up the kill.
Trying to crack the mid laner's mental early this game. It seems like a lot of pressure being
That's
put
how
on
you do
Smooth.
it. That's
Yeah,
I
I'll let him farm, just keep repeat ganking. But a big thing with the Ghost and not taking Flash, because I play jungle, there's a couple junglers that have dashes that Ghost is just better on. Like I know Shaco, you can do Ignite Smite, or Kindred is another one that you can do Ghost and Smite instead of Flash, and same with Graves.
Yeah, the Kindred one is just because his Q dash can get over the exact same wall that Flash can. It can't get over anything bigger than Flash could. But a lot of fighting going on. Biz getting the burn is going to claim Mini Soko before
Big
Mini
solo
Soko
kill.
hits 6. Honestly, really good engage and fight from Biz. Biz being down a kill, still managing to solo a kill. Mini Soko. We are going to see Young Trendsetter look bot. Isn't going to make it, though. Just wards and backs up.
First Dragon also goes over to LLW, while Biz gets the solo kill in the top lane, drawing Viego up there to catch the wave.
Yeah, Viego just barely misses him. Biz gets off the back. Is he going to look to clear the scuttle that's about to spawn up top?
This game's really up in the air still.
Yeah.
Last game I felt like LLW already had a lead that they were able to maintain and snowball at this stage of the game, but this one is neck and neck with RMC leading a little ways.
LLW has claimed first drag. The little half cut gets stuck in the cage and cleanses it. That's why the cleanse is there.
Very true.
Doesn't die to that. Gank, luckily. Doesn't have to burn flash either, which is a good thing. Biz gets an axe swing off. Mini Soko a little bit down, but they're both, they're 6 and 7. They both have their ultimates. I think this is an interesting fight. Biz looking to full engage here. Timing his ult. Gets the Tryndamere ult off. Doesn't look like he's going to try to follow up with his ultimate or to kill him after Mini Soko ult ends. I think that's completely fine. You get him super low. He doesn't have any pressure anymore. Mikey Poo looking to rotate Young Trendsetter and Smooth Gillings rotating also. This is looking to be a 4-man up in the top side. Young Trendsetter and Smooth not in a great position right now. They're caught between the jungler and a hard place. That hard place being a tower.
Very unfortunate for...
Ooh, this is going to turn into a 3v2. Soko slays Young Trendsetter. Claims to solo Smooth. Ults out. Still gets caught by... Oh, that is going to be a double kill for Soko. Biz is going to come in. Looks to 1v3 this. Isn't going to be enough. He gets the ultimate off on Mini Soko. Can he get the resets? Ooh, Mikey Poo ultimates Biz. Erases him at half health. Unfortunate.
The big wave lost by Mini Soko there on that place starting, but they were able to really turn it around with Viego and Viger coming up.
Yes.
Very well played. The early reset onto Young Trendsetter allows Viego to get his ulti again and have Wukong's ability rotation.
Yep. Absolutely.
A little bit of attack speed boost from the E as well as the Q empowered.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Score currently 6-3. Looking at a 2K gold difference currently. Not a whole lot, but we're only at 10 minutes. Let's see if they can snowball this lead any harder.
How's the CS lead looking?
Biz is up currently roughly 15 CS. Soko's up 20 CS on Young Trendsetter.
This is going to be a big problem for the jungle right now.
Smooth is 0-3, but is up 34 CS on Mikey Poo. Mikey Poo currently 2-0. Let's see what the gold looks like.
Brett's Regnum also up 15-20 CS.
Yep. Let's see. Biz
Smooth's
currently
still
up.
down gold.
Yeah, that 2-0 kill is just so much CS worth of gold. Biz currently up 300 gold roughly. Soko on the Viego is up 1,200 gold on Young Trendsetter. Young Trendsetter falling behind quickly.
That's a very big issue as well. It truly inhibits the ability of Wukong to skirmish with the Viego. That 1,500 is an item, or half an item right there. Like,
yes.
He can get Mythic sooner, he can get next item sooner, and just truly snowball the game out of control. Viego's one of those characters that truly can dominate from the jungle right now.
Yep. Biz getting a game found by the Viego. Unfortunate, isn't able to walk out of that situation. Gets slain by Viego. Viego currently 4-1, worth 400 bounty gold. Young Trendsetter looking to come in here on Brick Machine, get the ultimate off. Is he going to get a second one off? Looks like it's not going to happen. Brick Machine ultimate so he can walk out. Just how it goes sometimes. Still looking to push. Young Trendsetter is staying in lane for a little bit of extra pressure. Smooth has walked down. They're dropping Herald in the bot lane so that they can do Dragon uncontested. So their choices now are rotate up.
Oh,
go ahead.
Oh, a little half cut whiffing that ult there.
Yes.
Just stopped them from getting a kill and potentially the tower. First tower would have been a very good opportunity to get back in the game for LLW.
Young Trendsetter getting caught in the cage. Charm is going to go out, lets him slay, gets a double kill, picks up the Amumu and the Vigar. That is a free dragon for the side of LLW. That could be dragon number 2. Now, I feel like that fight was unnecessary. RMC's jungler is already topside looking to kill Biz again, which I don't blame him. Tryndamere is a hyper carry. If he gets ahead, he'll run away with the game. But RMC knew that their jungler was giving up the drag already and still decided to fight, losing 2 members there, which is just extra gold that they didn't really need to give, unfortunately. Minisoko not going to bother taking this tower, it looks like, though. Is kind of just grandstanding, even though he could easily claim the tower. Wonder what's going on there.
I kind of would have liked him to take that tower. I know Sivir's got the wave clear to keep him off the bot tower and prevent them from getting first tower for LLW, but
I think it's just so much pressure if he takes it there.
Yeah, it opens up the ability for him to assist around the map, though, and allows them to push up and get vision deeper in their topside jungle, so it could really stranglehold young Trendsetter.
It also means that any future attempts by Biz to push up the wave are a lot more dangerous because he doesn't have that tower to run back to, making it quite possibly much easier to kill him in the future.
I agree. Not quite sure what the logic behind that was, but let's see if they can make anything happen with it.
Soko coming in, jumping onto Biz again. Biz is going to get the double X swing. I'm going to heal up enough to deter another engage. Looks like Mikey Poo's rotating up here, though, for the fight. They're going to catch Biz between towers. Isn't going to be enough, though. Biz gets under tower. Isn't going to run into the cage, but gets stuck inside of it. Tower shot's going out. Mikey Poo claims to kill Viego. Dies to the shutdown and the bleed from the tower shot that he took. Going 1-for-1. Good on Biz there to get something out of a bad situation. Also, good 3-man tower dive, though. Good from both sides on that engage.
I'm still hung up on them not taking that first tower. If that tower wasn't there, they could have kept chasing Biz and not had to sack Soko's life for that kill. That actually breaks my heart. Big pick here by LLW on RMC's bot lane. Caught him mid-rotation, walking over Scuttle Vision.
Yes, LLW going to catch 2 people out in the bot side, giving them a lot of pressure to do what they want. Trendsetter currently losing his red buff to Tryndamere here. It looks like he doesn't have a ward on it. I would like to see more vision outside of the river from the side of LLW, because it looks like they only have wards in river currently.
I would really like to see RMC try to start pushing into that topside jungle and really take control. I like that Minisoko is taking the red buff. That's a huge advantage, especially with the slow that it applies on autos. If it's a ghost versus ghost matchup between Darius and Tryndamere, it allows Tryndamere to stick on him a little bit more than it would typically.
I completely agree. Young Trendsetter going to get the bot tower here. Viego looks to go onto him, but Young Trendsetter just going to walk away after getting the tower. Currently waving the top side and pushing towards Minisoko's tier 1 tower. Minisoko going to show up to clean up, though. No objectives on the map to fight for. Rift Herald is coming up here in a few seconds. Second Rift Herald. First one went to the side of LLW. LLW, both games here having just much better map awareness and map control. They've got 2 towers, a Rift Herald, and 2 drags, as to RMC's 1 tower. Smooth does get caught in the cage here, on top of getting engaged by Mikey Poo and Soko. They're not going to follow up on half cut. Little half cut gets charmed, but it isn't enough. Stays under the tower after walking forward.
Viego looks like he's going for the Divine Sunder build instead of opting for the Frostfire build or Sunfire build that I've been seeing recently on jungle or Bruisers in the jungle.
Oh, Minisoko going to slay Biz. Young Trendsetter here to clean up, though. Going to go 1-for-1. I think the
Sun onto Biz.
Yeah. Soko gets on a Young Trendsetter, is going to get hit by the charm. That's going to be a lot of breathing room for Young Trendsetter. Is going to pick up Viego here. That is a double kill for Young Trendsetter. Young Trendsetter currently 5-1, doing his damnedest to bring them back into control of this game.
I'm a big fan of how the Seraphine's been really following Trendsetter around and helping him out in those skirmishes. That Seraphine ult there just enabled him to win that fight in the one-on-one, and well, not truly a one-on-one, but pretty much a one-on-one. That extra auto getting canceled saved his life.
Yep, Ruckus and Young Trendsetter have great comms between each other, so it's really good to see that. Little Halfcut doing good to keep up the pace here too, in lieu of Young Trendsetter moving up to jungle to fill up for Solomon Khan. What else to note? Oh, your Divine Thunder comment, that is correct. I think the Divine Thunder over the Frostfire is totally fine here because they have Biz and Young Trendsetter playing beefy characters. He's not going to have, despite what he buys, he's not going to have a hard time dealing with Smooth, Little Halfcut, or Ruckus, assuming he can get onto them. But the Frostfire is not really going to help him against Young Trendsetter or Biz. So I think going into the Divine Thunder is a totally fine choice this game.
I would have honestly preferred to see the Kraken Slayer build just for the one-shot potential or the true damage, because Diego with Kraken allows him to use his Q to auto reset and truly see that champion excel with his autos.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Especially when he was rocking such a large lead in the early game, going into Kraken might have given him the opportunity to truly just snowball. I think the safer option is the Divine Thunder, and I don't think it's bad by any means. I just think that the Kraken Slayer could have given him a little bit more oomph in the fights.
Yeah, I completely agree with that assessment. Baron is not up yet. The Rift Herald, the second Rift Herald, is still here. Looks like there might be a fight for it up here on the top side.
It's going to be a 4-on-4 without the mid laners.
Yes.
I'm excited to see how this goes.
Both mid laners relegated to bot side here to clear. Young Trendsetter,
he's up for everyone.
They're both ignoring the eye, so to not put it within smite range. Ooh, that is huge and Smooth, pushes them back, so they're actually just going to ignore Rift. I think that's fine. Smooth picks up Rex Regnum here. Brick Machine also falls. They're then going to post-mortem pick up. Ooh, Ruckus, so close to walking into Soko there. I think Soko was just waiting to bush cheese him, but unfortunately he didn't get quite close enough. Young Trendsetter gonna get caught in their bot side, or their top side jungle here, actually. Minisoko gonna get CC chained to death here, it looks like. Oh no, Minisoko spins out to safety with the ultimate. Rift Herald going out here, claiming this tower. LLW has quite quickly turned a disadvantaged game towards them into tempo for their side.
I'm having a really hard time with RMC right now, just because of the fact that last game they were taking these fights where they are man down, or members of their team were there or not there, or like not alive, and they're just opting into these man down fights.
Yep.
They're just losing so hard. They're just throwing their lead or throwing the game away even.
Oh, Mikey Poo evading that charm by barely a millimeter. Unfortunate. It's fine though. Looks like they're going to try to push, get this bot side tower. Quite possibly, if they get a pick, they have enough pressure to do Baron at this point, I believe. Looks like they are going to uneventfully. A good Q from Sivir there. Not enough damage to really change anything, but does manage to hit 3 or 4 people. They are going to claim the bot side tower. Everybody is looking to back and reset. Brick Machine's looking to stop the backs out. Everybody has to run. Biz confidently continues his back. Doesn't stop it. Gets it off the... Brick Machine hits the snare onto Little Halfcut. Pulls himself in. Starts a team fight. Out goes the charm from Seraphine. Young Trendsetter picks up Brick Machine. Soko picks up Ruckus. Soko gets to the reset. Dies to the Wukong, though. Trendsetter picks up a double kill. Mikey Poo in a bad place. Little Halfcut picks up a kill there. Little Halfcut picking up the slack here. Little Halfcut is currently, I believe, 3-0. 3-0, doing honestly great work filling in here. A lot of people, complain about their subs, which I sit here and wonder why, because, my God, you drafted them, but... Little Halfcut is living up to Young Trendsetter's reputation. So, honestly, good for him.
I agree through and through. Like it's great to see the or substitutes come and play up to snuff, really
Yeah,
showing that they're on their A game and looking to impress.
absolutely.
Gold lead is now in LLW's favor, and they've got the one dragon advantage. I'm excited
Yes.
to see what happens for the next dragon fight here.
Currently 4K gold up. 4 members of LLW have bounties right now. If they lose a team fight, it could be detrimental to their tempo here in the mid game.
Very true.
Rex Random sitting in
Ultimate's
the bush waiting to come through. It's not going to happen though. Soko spots young Trendsetter. Doesn't see anybody else though. Brick Machine walks into 5 people essentially and trying to clear a ward, but has to back up. That's amusing, honestly. Soko uses his invisibility to clear that ward. That's a huge cage out. Soko slays Ruckus, get the reset. Young Trendsetter gets a 3-person ultimate, get the reset though. Isn't going to be enough. Smooth Gilling kills Rex Regnum, but he is going to fall.
very split fight right now.
Yes, currently 2-2. Trinamir picks up one more kill. Smooth Killings, it can hit the left plane and not die. Biz is still in the middle, kind of not going to be enough. Soko claims that shutdown also. They are going to get Dragon here. That's what I was talking about. That is the tempo swing that RMC needed. They brought the gold lead back. We're only looking at a 1K gold lead now from the side of LLW, but everybody except for Smooth Gilling fell. That's 3 bounties to the side of RMC on top of regular game gold.
I really like the way they played that fight as well. Getting
Yes.
onto the Seraphine and prevent her from dropping her exhaust or her ultimate. That ulti is really just a great zoning tool.
Yeah, huge
and
pieces of utility.
Game changer in the team fights. With the solo kill on Mikey Poo as well at the start of that fight.
Yes. Yeah, it was huge, but it wasn't enough. I like that they split the fight up too. LLW's team comp works when they fight together, but they split them in half and were able to kind of just break up those synergies that has made the fight for LLW so easy so far. Biz walking into, unknowingly, 2 people, gets an axe swing off. It isn't the critical zone, though. Biz is going to fall here to Mini Soko. That is unfortunate. Mini Soko currently 5-3. Soko currently 7-5.
Tempo seems to be back in RMC's favor.
Yes.
They're playing super well.
Yeah,
Gold gap has been shrunk greatly.
Young Trendsetter looking to pick up Mikey Poo. Gets to the ultimate off. Can he get him before Rex and Brick Machine?
Ooh.
Oh, not enough. They go 1-for-1. Mikey Poo slaying Young Trendsetter. Young Trendsetter slaying Mikey Poo. I honestly don't know that that's worth it. I mean, obviously Mikey in the mid lane is a pivotal role, but Young Trendsetter needs to be around as their jungler to initiate fights and that sort of thing.
I also think it's really nice for Mikey Poo to get a shutdown. That's a Vigar right there that we're worrying about.
Yep.
Vigar with not a shutdown even, but a kill is 10 AP going to him, and once he gets the death cap, that even just goes up more so.
Yeah, something to note here. Smooth has done really good both games. Is getting caught up by Mini Soko. Unfortunately, does get the stun and the charm. That is enough to get him out safely. But props to Smooth. He has been up a considerable amount of CS on Mikey Poo both games so far. Is currently up by 50 CS. Was up by almost 80, I think, at the end of last game. So
that's one thing you can always count on Smooth for, is the fact that he's a very safe laner.
Yes.
He is traditionally an ADC or support player that's been transitioning into the mid lane. I'm glad to see his playstyle hasn't changed too much.
Young Trendsetter dashes out of the cage, doesn't get hit by it. Good for him. This is going to be a huge engage. This is 4v2 currently. 4v3, Brick Machine shows up. Ruckus slays Mikey Poo. Would have liked to see that kill go to someone else, but as long as he dies, I think that's totally fine. They have the numbers advantage now. Young Trendsetter gets on a Brick Machine. Brick Machine snares him to go back in. Rex Regnum is here, but they're just a losing fight. Smooth flashes a charm, doesn't get it. Young Trendsetter kills Brick Machine. Soko is currently dying. Ooh, Soko gets ulted by Biz. That is a shutdown for Biz. I think he had a 300 gold shutdown, so that's 600 gold into the pocket of Biz right there. Yeah, 650.
Impressive.
They are going
That's
to
a
move on
bit of a
to
throw right there.
a little bit. They're going to move on to doing Baron here. The tempo is probably back in LLW's favor now that they have empowered minions. I believe Minisoko doesn't know that they're there, actually. Oh, no, they have a ward. They just couldn't do anything about it.
With the jungler dead, getting picked off by Biz in the bot
Yes.
lane, it's real tough to try to contest that Baron there.
Yeah.
Let's see if they can hold strong. They've got the Sivir wave clear. So one of the things that I was unhappy about last game was that the APC Ziggs just couldn't clear the Baron minions. But now that they've got a Sivir, who's arguably one of the best lane clearing
Yes.
ADCs in the game,
Yep.
I don't know how effective the push from LLW will be.
Yeah, I mean, truly insane clear. Biz is about to run into Brick Machine here. Runs into 3 that pulls Brick Machine. Is going to engage this fight. Currently a 4v2. Biz and Ruckus. Ruckus gets to the queue, has transitioned to a 4v4. Minisoko slays Biz. Young Trendsetter gets a huge hold. The cage goes out, gets stuck in it. Ooh, unfortunate. Mikey Poo slays Young Trendsetter. Brick Machine
Smooth up the backside.
Ooh, Smooth kills him with the Everfrost. Love to see it, honestly. Style points. Soko is going to go over the wall, though, and pick up Smooth. This is such a back-and-forth game. That is a 4-for-1 currently for the side of RMC.
This 4 Baron's gone, just
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, Little Halfcut is the only one with the Baron, and, he's not going to be pushing on his own, so it's a little unfortunate.
Yeah, the downside there is the lack of vision for LLW in the bot river while Dragon's coming up, so they just kind of blind walked into 5 members of RMC. Mikey Poo was in the bot lane with Predator and easily rotated up to that fight. The Tryndamere was insane. He stacked that lethal tempo so quickly, just demolished the Biz in the back line and just kept spinning through LLW's team and just cutting them apart.
Another thing to keep in mind, though, is the Dragons are 3-2 currently. However, apologies, LLW has a mixed bag of Dragon. They have Ocean and they have Hextech, whereas, because they got the first 2, whereas RMC had taken advantage of the fact that it can only be certain dragons now until the soul. They have 3 fire drags currently. That is an insane amount of stacked damage. Let's see, plus 6%. Currently getting plus 18% attack damage and ability power. That's more than you get from a Yumi being on you. Absolutely ridiculous.
The Tryndamere also has picked up his Infinity Edge, which is
Yes.
going to be absolutely terrifying. That is one
huge
unit
power
of a swordsman.
Spike. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely massive. And he looks like he's going for Bork 4th item.
Mm-hmm.
So the Quick Blade, the Gale Force, IE, and a Bork, he's going to be very hard to kill and going to shred a lot of members of LLW.
Yeah, he is 6-3 currently, 217 CS, currently 50 CS up on his enemy laner.
Good escape there by Rex Regnum.
Yes.
A little bit overextended without vision, but ult for ult against young Trendsetter, and it cost him his flash, but that's the primary engage tool outside of Seraphine or Varus for LLW, so they're going to have to be waiting a while before they're able to go for picks.
Yep. Score currently 21-24 for the side of LLW. Currently 3 kills ahead, but RMC is actually ahead in gold. Currently a 1k gold difference. This is such a close game, too. It feels like every team fight, the tempo is shifting back and forth. I feel like this game is truly an example of one of those games that's just sitting perfectly on a scale, perfectly balanced so far. So I'm excited to see what the next team fight looks like.
Very true. CS lead in the top lane is just steadily growing. Minisoko's doing the best to just vacuum up every little bit of CS he can on the map. Going and clearing side waves, mid waves, jungle camps, everything he can get his hands on, he's taking.
Young Trendsetter, currently at 3 item plus boots, picks up a stopwatch and has an armor cloth armor, whatever you want to call it. Probably looking to go into Guardian Angel here. That would be huge for him, in all honesty. Currently 9-4. That stopwatch, if they don't notice it, could catch them off guard in the next fight. So we'll see what he does with it.
Not a huge fan of the longsword buy by the Tryndamere. I think if you're buying an item that just gives 10 damage, might as well just by control words at this stage in the game.
Yeah,
Vision is
or
what's going to win you
honestly,
the game.
even buy vamp pots. Truly, like if you don't have enough for the next like big upgrade at this point of the game, you could just buy a pot and wait. I think is perfectly fine too.
True. I
Because
really want to see
a
Mikey Poo pick up his death cap as well.
yes. Looks like, well, he doesn't have it started yet. Young Trendsetter gets on top of Rex Regnum, is going to get the double ult. Solo kills him. Then it's going to be a kill for Young Trendsetter. Currently down there ADC now. Might be looking to do the next Baron, which is up in roughly a minute. Brick Machine gets on top. Soko comes over the wall, immediately erases Ruckus. Little half cut, trying to get out with his life. Young Trendsetter doing his best to stop him. Smooth Gillings gonna fall. Oh, Biz gets the shutdown on the axe swing immediately as the Tryndamere ult goes down. Cage catches Biz, though, isn't able to follow it up. How are they going to play this fight? They're just going to back up. That is a 3-for-2 team fight for the side of RMC.
I wish that Soko would have taken the Wukong and just W'd over that wall. Smooth was so low, he could have just W'd right onto Smooth and gotten an extra kill, and it would have been a 4-for-2 exchange there.
Interesting. We have a first-time chatter saying some pretty mean things. I don't know who that is. How dare you? How dare you be mean to whoever you're talking to? I don't know.
Positive vibes, man.
Positive vibes here only. Might be a bot. Might be somebody that just found the stream by chance. I don't know. Who knows? But we're going to get back into game here. Scoring currently 24-26. Sitting at 33 minutes. 2 to 3 drags. Ruckus gets stuck in the cage. Ooh, Mikey erases Ruckus. That is unfortunate. Soko gets on a Smooth. Smooth is going to have to Hourglass. Immediately dashes out. Honestly, good play from Smooth to save his life.
This is really bad for LLW here.
Yes, they're
Soul
in such
is
a bad
up.
spot.
This is Soul Point.
Ooh, Young Trendsetter gets a pretty big ult on a Rex Regnum. Isn't going to be enough, though. Soko gets over. Erases Smooth Gilling from existence. Soko kills Young Trendsetter. This is just a losing fight at this point. That is unfortunate. That is an ace for the side of RMC. 3 people looking to go push mid, while Brick Machine and Soko take Dragon.
Ruckus getting picked in these fights to start is real unfortunate for LLW.
I feel like he's playing too far forward right now. He's getting caught out by the cage when he doesn't have any follow-up. It could also be a vision issue.
I think he needs to be walking with people on his team to get vision. As a squishy enchanter, it is very hard time for you to just go up and blind, start warding, because if they're in the bush, they just nuke you and you're done.
I will say, they're going to end here. Game 2 goes to RMC.
Well played by them. Very back and forth, but those drag fights really gave them the advantage.
Yes, well played
Ruckus
RMC.
early and just letting Viego get the reset, the AoEs and everything like that. Very impressive, very well played.
All right, we're going to hop back to Caster Desk here. Let's see if I can't get out of this game league. There we go. All right, honestly, what an exciting game, too. That was such a back and forth. I didn't know who was going to win until we knew who was going to win, I guess, honestly. Although I guess that's true for every game.
I think for LLW, either you take the Sivir or get rid of the Sivir just so that's gone. It's just such an impactful champion right now in the game. Mm-hmm. The ult and everything behind that character's kit with wave clear and just the sheer pressure it can exert is insane. I think the Viego should also get the ban because I'm pretty sure that is Soko's most played jungler this season.
Yeah, absolutely. I think as far as moving into next game, I like the Wukong. He was doing a lot of good work with it. I think they need to get rid of the Viego, though. Either take it or first ban it. One of the two. It has to go, though, because that was detrimental to their game. That game. I think the Tryndamere was also a really big threat, but I think he was only a threat because Viego snowballed him playing through the top side.
I agree. But you completely expected that to happen. You're playing against Soko and Mini Soko. Those two people are they've got the same name. Like they're brothers. They camp each other. We know the
Yeah,
pattern that they play.
that is true. That is completely true. We did see Biz solo kill Mini Soko up on the Tryndamere, even though he was a kill down. Tryndamere was 1-0
True.
and he was 0-0. Still got the solo kill, so I think if he's able to deal with the jungler, if he doesn't have the Viego, I think that's a different game entirely.
I agree.
But good game to RMC. We are going to take a quick break and then we will be back for Game 3 of E-League United Week 2. Catch you in a minute. Hello, welcome back for Game 3. Give us just a second while we get into game. But we are getting ready for Game 3. Very exciting game, too. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good game. Currently, 1-1. I will update the score in just a second for the newcomers. Let's see.
What are you looking for this game in Draft Soundwave?
I want to see the Viego gone. Bottom line, I think if Viego's gone, they have a much better chance. Or, I mean, even something that could just deal with Viego. I would like to see it gone entirely to just not give them the chance. But, if they want to focus on something else, then they just need a jungler that can shut Viego down. There's your draft link for Game 3.
Thank you.
Yep.
I really want to see young Trendsetter on a carry pick this time, personally. I think he's got a lot of skill and a lot of great micro, so if he's given the opportunity to truly snowball from the jungle, there's just a lot of potential there.
Yes, I completely agree.
From what I've seen with a lot of competitive league right now, though, it's really hard to have a carry pick from the jungle because it is a lot of bruisers and not many assassins or 80 carries like Graves or Kindred.
Yes.
So I'm intrigued to see what he will bring out this game. Another game where the losing team opts for blue side. Interesting.
Yes. Yep, absolutely.
I don't know. I'm just not a fan. I really think red side is the better side right now with drag control. I know RMC did have better drag control that game once the first two drags had gone down, but I'm just skeptical of the choice to take blue side here unless they really have something like taking the Viego away with first pick.
I don't know. I personally like playing blue side more. That's just a preference thing, not necessarily from like a gameplay stance. It's like a perspective. I like the perspective better, realistically. Playing bottom to top for me is a lot easier than playing top to bottom. But I do agree, red side is strong side. It's called that for a reason. You have more access to the drag pit, which is crucial in games like these. We are gonna hop. We are hopping into draft immediately. LLW bans away Poppy, Nara and Olaf. RMC bans away Diana, Ashe, and Akali. I feel like they're throwing away two bans there for Ashe and Akali. Nobody on the side of LLW really plays Ashe or plays Akali, and Ashe is a non-issue realistically.
Ashe support right now is actually very oppressive. Is my main concern.
Is it the Imperial Mandate Ashe support?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can go Imperial Mandate or Leandries, and it's just very obnoxious to play against just because they can W every 2 seconds, and it's a lot of zone control, especially with the slows and the ulti, which can stun for, I think, up to 3 seconds or something like that.
Yep.
But again, I cannot stress how much I hate the Akali ban and how that's just a wasted ban. I don't know if it's RMC just trying to disrespect LLW by being like, oh, we don't need this character, but...
Yeah. LLW is going to pick away the Viego. RMC is going to respond with Trundle. I think that's a perfectly fine pick. They are also going to pick up the Sivir. I think it did perfectly fine for them last game. I don't think it was anything outstanding. Rex Regnum not playing it quite like Pumbaa did last week. Or not even last week, it was last night, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't normally do 2 of these in a week, so I'm a little turned around. LLW going to pick up Varus and Seraphine, going with the same tried and true bot lane. I think it's fine. Little Halfcut did really good, especially for subbing in for Solomon Khan. Did an amazing job on Varus, and then Ruckus, assuming he wasn't stepping forward too far, was doing a lot of utility work for the side of LLW.
Salty run back in the bot lane.
Yeah, actually, salty run back from both teams. We're going to see the Sivir and Mumu again. I think the Mumu definitely put in a lot more work, honestly, than the Sivir that game. I wonder if we're going to get the same relative mid laner. We're going to see the Vigar band here. I think that's completely fine. Mikey Poo put in a lot of work with those cages and the ultimate and whatnot last game. RMC is going to ban away the Swain. Not surprised. Swain is a super strong pick right now. Can honestly play 3 lanes. He can play the support. He can play the mid or the top. So I think that's perfectly fine. And we're going to see them take away the Darius too. Good call. I think the issue with Darius is that Biz just didn't get far enough ahead to become an issue. He was an issue, but not like oh my god, we're going to lose the game to this one person type of issue like we saw from him last week.
Right.
LLW going to ban away the York finally. Totally fine. York, pretty hard counter pick to a lot of stuff that Biz plays. I think that's totally fine here. You're going to see the Morgana quite well. I imagine it is Morgana mid because you wouldn't normally see a Mumu mid. I think that's fine. We've seen a lot of control mages mid lane this series. You can see the Silas. Silas is in a really good spot right now. Super strong mid laner at the moment. Oh no, gonna swap over to... Gonna hover Victor. Hasn't locked in yet. We'll see.
I think I like the Victor a little bit more than the Silas pick.
Victor.
I'm not gonna lie.
I think it's fine. I think it's totally fine.
It's just the melee v range matchup, especially in a Morgana. It's gonna be a really hard time for Smooth if he was playing Silas to go up into the wave with Morgana pool into Leandri's. Like, you're just taking so much free damage. This allows him to get the little bit of speed boost from the Q and the zoning potential with his W.
Okay, we're going to see Set come out here from Biz. Again, in that same vein of just like beefy bruisers that take over games. That's what he likes to play. I don't blame him for that. Those are his comfort picks. Let's see what RMC picks up for what is most likely their top laner here. A response to the Set. What are they going to take?
The Aatrox potentially getting hovered right now.
I don't know if that's a good idea just because Biz knows that character inside and out.
Very true. My issue with Set
they are going to pick up the Aatrox.
Yep. The issue with Set into Sivir is just like it is a move speed champion that needs to run at you to even get on you. Yep. And Sivir just gives your entire team move speed, so Set's going to be either kited or outpaced the entire time he's fighting unless he can really get in there with a good ulti and stride breaker on almost anybody or into everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
Little skeptical of it, but if he's able to truly snowball the top lane, I'm excited to see Set in his hands because I know he is a very good Set player.
I tell you what, I gotta install, or not install, I gotta uninstall some stuff. I have like 5 applications open when a league game starts on my computer. Mobile Edits, Blitz, U.GG. Gotta get rid of some stuff, I swear.
Usually one works just fine.
Well, I use it for different things. So Mobalytics is generally the best overlay for TFT. Not really team
Makes
comps. Mobalytics is kind of slow to update on that, but like champion picks, augments, item combinations, that kind of stuff. And then Blitz for for
League?
Yeah, for League of Legends. I blinked there for a second.
I also like Blitz for Valorant.
Yes, Blitz I also use the Valo tracker. I will say though, anything CurseForge or like Overwolf, whatever, eats up. It eats up CPU usage.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Overwolf anymore. I know a lot of people use it out there. It's just not for me. I used it way back in the day when I was on my laptop, but
yeah,
kind of outgrew it as I progressed as a League player.
Yeah, for those of you out there, do you use any overlays? Which one do you like? What do you think about that? Um,
Do they do your runes and masteries for you like Blitz?
yeah, Blitz does runes and masteries. I Every time I watch a Discord game where Sly is like playing, I don't think I've ever seen this man once make his own decisions on his items or his rune page. Blitz just says, "This is what you're buying." He's like, "Okay," imports it into
I mean,
game.
it works.
It's true. It does work.
There's certain situations where certain things are better, but if you're in a tank matchup, like
Right,
Omen
right,
or Thornmail or Deadman's, like it's not very difficult
right,
when building items, and with certain masteries, I guess, like if they have a lot of CC or something, you can pick Tenacity or
right.
something else like that, but it's really not that pressing of an issue. And usually, like,
I have another theoretical kind of moral question. How do you guys feel
okay.
about overlays for you, Sly, and for the watchers? We have 28 people watching our stream right now. Thank you very much. How do you feel about overlays and things like that in a competitive game? Things that give you like camp timers, things like that. What do you think?
Oh, I love it. It's fantastic. If you get vision on their wolves or something, and it's just an instant timer on telling you when their wolves are gonna come back, like it's tracking the enemy jungler for you.
Yeah,
Or if you see them top, you know their bot side jungler is up, and you just walk in and go take it.
yeah,
Like it's
um,
perfect. You get one deep ward, and you have all the information in the world. You
yeah.
just have so much control, and it's not even something you really have to think about either, which is fantastic.
hmm Speaking of camps and things like that, I know the link to the article was posted in eLeague. How do you guys feel about the potential changes for the jungle role moving into preseason? I think they're kind of exciting. A little, what did they call it? Pets that show you the jungle path or whatever.
Wait, what?
Did
I
you not see
haven't
that update?
heard anything about. Oh, nothing about it to be
Oh yeah,
honest.
they're trying to make jungle a beginner friendly role, which has right now it is the hardest role for beginners to get into, obviously. So I think the article talks about potentially like in-game paths that you can follow, things like that. Change ups to smite, things like that. So, which to be fair, isn't super
Please, bro.
surprising. They change smite and the jungle item every season. It's just a new system every season. It feels like,
Sounds accurate.
yeah.
I don't know. I jungle like it really isn't that complex of a role once you get their grasp of it. Like
hmm
each character, like there's really only 3 or 4 different paths that all characters take. So you just kind of categorize them, and based on the meta, if it's like a full clear meta or like a partial clear meta,
hmm
you can really switch things up, and it's super linear. Like especially in low elo. Like I understand. But those paths are just gonna force really bad habits on people if they're just spoon feeding you like where you need to go. Because if you're following or going against someone that's following the path guide, it's gonna be the same almost every time and just so easily abused by actually experienced jungler.
I think that's fair. I think that's definitely a fair argument. I do like that they're making the game beginner friendly to a degree. I think uh, honestly, League is probably like League and Dota 2 are probably the hardest multiplayer games to get into if you don't have like a guide or like somebody that knows the game that can teach you, right? Because for the most part, they're not super user friendly. The UI does a lot to help you, but I do like to see new player get into the game. Obviously, we are kind of privileged to be the basically the largest game that's ever existed for the most part as a fan base. Um, but bigger is always better. Um, Always nice to see a large enough fan pool that we can have a um, football stadium sized worlds. That's always fun. So,
True.
yep.
If you haven't attended a finals or world's event
Yes.
or anything like that, they're extremely fun. Just
At
the
any
sheer
worlds
energy in
event,
the stadium.
or even like a spring or summer split final, is just. If you're not a sports person, it's pretty much the closest you can get to going to like the Super Bowl. It's ridiculous, truly.
Yeah, we went to the NALCS finals as our Discord a while back. I think it
Yeah.
was back when I was in Detroit, and that was a lot of fun.
Didn't you
We just
didn't you
kind of
say
got to get around.
you guys met T1 there or some
Yeah,
big
we ran
streamer?
into him. We didn't really talk to him because we were running into him on the way out, so he seemed like
Yeah.
he was kind of tired and just like didn't want to encounter more fans, so we just kind of gave
Right.
him the nod and went on our way. But he
Right.
was
Right.
incredible when we were seeing him out through the day because he was on stage doing his high energy, just rah 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 D1 kind of vibe.
Yeah. 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 No.
They
Uh,
also had a 1v110, which was a blast. Got to
that's
play against random kids and just 1v1.
that's really cool. Um, we are almost done with our limbo here. Actually, spectator delay just ended, so we are going to hop into game as soon as the rift loads for me. Super exciting. Oh, yes, sorry, let me update the score. Apologies.
Soundwave.
My bad.
No worries.
Score is 1-1. Caster desk. Score is.
This could be interesting. As we load in, I'm noticing that the business opted for Flash Ignite over taking Teleport, so Mini Soko
Yes.
is down on that, but he does have more rotation capabilities with the teleport, so being able to suck Biz into the side lane, he's gonna have to or be forced to rotate a lot earlier to the fights if they want to do a true 5v5.
Yeah, I completely agree. Um, as we load into game here, I hope I imagine we're just going to see a normal 5 point, but I would like to at some point moving forward see an invade. Maybe not even this match, but in the days coming or the weeks coming, I want to see it. I don't know if it's a great idea here, just because I mean you do have a Mumu and Morgana and Trundle, which is like an insane like invade setup, but I can't imagine how terrible I would feel if I lost the series due to an invade in a 1-1 series. You know what I mean?
Very true. Morgana opted for the pool start, so I
Mm-hmm.
don't think the invade will happen. If they did go for the bind, I think the potential for an invade or a pick on Ruckus would be there, especially with the Amumu bind, but
Mm-hmm.
stacking that early clear potential with Morgana pool, especially
Yes.
into Victor, who's probably going to start E, is going to be a little bit tough.
I don't think anybody gave Minisoko or Biz the heads up that the game has started. They're just sitting in bushes, um, but that's fine. Yeah, we're gonna see normal starts. Both junglers are gonna start on their bot side camp. Nothing too special there.
I think young Trendsetter really needs to get that lead in the top lane just because of the teleport advantage. If Mini Soko can play the waves right, you can create such a lead if you don't get solo killed or ganked and killed with the teleport.
Yeah.
Crash waves, get back, keep crashing waves while the opposing or top laner is just forced to walk back to lane each time.
Yep. Absolutely. Uh, let's see.
I'd love to see an early level 2 push coming out of RMC's bot lane, but I don't envision it happening the way they're standing in the lane.
Smooth has opted to.
Maybe.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
go. I just want to point out, Smooth has opted to take first strike here, but with Morgana having pull, I don't know how often he's actually going to ever get that off. Just something to keep in mind. She opted to take Ari here.
And he does have cleanse, so
Yes.
it's going to be very interesting to see how they cleanse the different CCs or if they'll be able to layer them, because they do have a Mumu on top of Morgana, which is a boatload of CC, and with the Sivir and Morgana having Ghost, it's going to be very hard to get away from Morgana chains when she decides to ult.
Yeah, and it keeps him. Wow, Soko coming in pretty early for a level 3 gank. Not going to make any progress on that, though. Yeah, I think it also just helps towards letting Aatrox stay on top of whatever enemy he's chasing down. You add in Aatrox knockup on the first Q, and it's a lot of CC, truly. Whereas the side of RMC, or the side of LLW, doesn't really have a whole lot of CC. I mean, Young Trendsetter has a stun. Biz has a stun, a pull. But oh, apologies. Also, let me fix that. The icons are on the wrong side. I've picked the wrong version of the game. There we go.
I didn't even notice.
That is correct. Yeah, I just noticed it looking at OBS. I was like, wait, that's not correct.
How do you feel about the Sivir change with her spell shield no longer granting mana but instead granting HP?
I think it is better for laning. I think it's definitely worse for once we're past laning phase for team fighting, right? Because at once we get out of laning phase, she can have some form of like lifesteal, right? Whether it's a vamp scepter or lifesteal from like a if she decides to go bow shield
Bloodline or something.
yeah if she has life
as well.
Yeah, if she has lifesteal in her masteries. So I think a little bit better for laning, keeps her a little topped off. Not doing a whole lot right now. Rex Radium has like 100 health. But I definitely think it's a lot worse for later into the game, especially because I wonder if I can actually see what he has in his runes. Sorry, give me a second. A lot of fighting. Minisoko gets out of the W there. Morgana walking up. It's just something to take note of.
Are they going to go for the dive on Biz is the question. Can he get the... That's a very large wave, so that's a lot of pressure.
Yes, it is a very large wave.
If he misses that and doesn't have TP, that's almost guaranteed laning phase being over for the business.
Almost get the stun there. Not quite, though. Mikey Poo... Gonna
I think it's
stay.
greedy to go for this dive.
I think a little bit, but he does get the stun. Yeah, they're just gonna back up here. Rex Regnum does have presence of mind, so I don't think the mana will be too big of an issue. But he does have to get kills for that. I think overall the shield change is like minimal, but it does front load a little bit of his performance into laning phase, for sure.
True.
Biz
I don't know
is
how I
gonna
feel
get the
about
pull
it.
here.
I miss Poke Sivir. Being able to just throw those boomerangs
the lethality Q.
Damage.
Yeah.
Like 800 damage from one ability. Felt so good.
Young Trendsetter is
Early
going to
Dragon
go visible.
over to LLW, though.
Get the stun on Rex Regnum. Gets first blood. That is a kill for Young Trendsetter. First blood going down. First blood actually going down 6.5 minutes in. This game is a lot slower than the previous two.
I think LLW is very happy with the way that played out.
Yes.
I don't know what Rex Regnum was thinking. He saw the dragon go down and the...
Mikey Poo running on Biz without his top laner there. That's weird. Actually, wait a second. Can we check? Mikey Poo down 9 CS currently. Not surprised. He keeps leaving lane. Smooth isn't bothering to follow him because I don't think he's too worried about Biz's survivability in the top lane, but also keeps pushing the tower under, or keep pushing the wave under tower. So I think he can start losing out on CS there if he keeps leaving.
Usually, if you're roaming as a mid laner, you want to push the wave in as much as you can and crash it, so it takes a long time to bounce. But it doesn't seem like Mikey Poo's doing that. And
he's just
roaming and leaving and sacking CS.
Yeah, and letting Smooth on the Victor push under tower, because Victor has crashed wave under tower twice now. Both times that he's walked up towards top.
Which is also creating a decent-sized XP lead, I don't doubt.
Yes, yep. Gillings is they're both level 6, but I imagine Smooth will hit level 7 quite earlier than Mikey Poo.
I would agree. Or Rex Regnum feeling the wrath of a typical poke bot lane. The worst nightmare of an ADC.
Morgana walks over a ward, Smooth letting him know that Morgana is missing and that she's standing in river. Lets LLW's bot lane know to back up. Good vision control there from the side of LLW. Young Trendsetter coming in on Mini Soko here. Gets ulted by Biz. Hit the W true damage. Doesn't hit the reset, but is going to get the kill. Biz kills him with the Ignite. That is a kill for Biz. Currently...
That's a Shinshin TP right there.
Shinshin TP, absolutely. Currently 1.5k, 1.7k gold up. Scoring 2-0. LLW also has first Cloud Drag. Something to watch out for.
This is looking a lot like, ooh.
Honestly, such a good position for Soko to find himself in. Sees the mid laner flash forward and just goes in. Soko cleans up Smooth Gillings. Smooth is not able to get the kill on Morgana. I imagine he wanted that just because he had ult, but he didn't have a ward below him, which is unfortunate.
Both sums burned by Smooth there in that exchange, and same with Mikey Poo.
Yeah,
I'm kind of stunned though. Soko didn't help push, didn't help come push Mikey Poo's wave.
Yes, I do think that was kind of an int on Smooth's part. Doesn't realize it, but he has a pink ward in his topside bush, and doesn't have a ward in his botside bush, so he doesn't have any vision to either side of the river of him. And especially if this is true for all instances of mid lane, but especially true if you are playing a laner that can't get out of an engage safely, like Ari, or like a Vex or somebody that has a fear. You have to have a ward.
We're gonna see a 2v2.
Yeah, it looks like it. Young Trendsetter coming on Minisoko. Minisoko ult to get out. Doesn't look like they're really going to follow this up. Get the stun, but they're just going to back off to let that ult burn down. Soko up top to follow up the engage if needed. But back to my... Oh, wait a second. Minisoko comes around, engages back on Biz. Isn't going to follow it up, though. We might see another fight here. Both junglers are posturing for a top lane fight. Oh, Brick Machine gets the bandage toss off. Gets both bandage tosses off and an ult. Rex Regnum getting a lot of damage on Little Half Cut. Little Half Cut gets ignited. Isn't gonna... Oh! Rex Regnum gets slain by Ruckus. Rex Regnum then slays Little Half Cut. A little bit better for the side of RMC because the kill went to their ADC and not their support. But it is what it is. They get 1-for-1 there down in the bot lane. Anyway, back to this point that's taken me hours to finish. In mid lane, you have to have a ward in one of your two bushes, and you have to play on the side that the ward is. You put the ward down in your bush, and then if it's on the top side, you play above your wave. If it's in your bottom bush, you play below the wave. Like, it's just standard mid lane things to make sure that you don't die to a jungler standing in the bush.
Looks like Harold's going to go over to the side of LLW.
Yes, LLW, again, with just amazing map control, objective pressure in the early game. And Trendsetter get a posture to fight Minisoko. Not going to take him out, just helps him push a little bit. Drop the Rift Herald, hopefully going to posture down towards Dragon. Actually, it doesn't look like they're going to try for Dragon. Looks like they're trying to get Biz as far as possible so that Biz can therefore rotate afterwards. Second drag, the Hextech drag, is going to go to the side of RMC with a Mounted Soul coming out now. Soko gets the pillar. Isn't enough, though. Wait a second.
He autoed the tower.
Oh, no.
He autoed the tower.
Wow, Soko comes in with a pillar, misses the pillar, pushes Smooth back towards the tower. Old Smooth, arguably a mid lane control mage, isn't taking really any useful stats from him. And then tower dives and misses an auto. Yeah, that feels like a very big... Like, I can't call that anything besides an int there from the side of Soko.
I don't know if he was A-clicking or just misclicked, but yeah, that's a heartbreaker right there.
Always got to have your champion-only autos bound. Can't forget where those are.
You can also bind that to a hotkey and have it be toggled on and off.
Yeah, absolutely. For instance, I have my champion-only autos on my right click and I have my general, what would normally be my right click autos on my spacebar. That's how I like it set
Interesting.
up. Yeah, well, I mean, your thumb's not doing anything else in a game of League, right? So it
I
normally
use my
like resting.
spacebar a lot
Yes.
for lock screen.
Ooh, Brick Machine gets big ult off here, but isn't going to be enough. Young Trendsetter picks up the kill, turns into a Moo. Not going to be any more follow-up, though. Soko is going to back off. Morgana, they're posturing in the mid lane, keeping them from walking up. Soko is going to take that scuttle and look to back off. Rex Regnum in a bad spot here. Has a good clear, but is playing under tower currently. Ruckus and Little Half Cut, half health, though. Mid lane and the jungler go back in for another gank. Mikey Poo hits an ultimate, gets both of them chained. Mikey Poo slays Little Half Cut. Young Trendsetter picks up Morgana. Rex Regnum getting run down by Trendsetter here. Turned into the Trundle. Gets the kill. Mikey Poo is going to die to Smooth Gillings. That is a 3 for 1. Ooh.
Fantastic positioning there by young
Yes.
Trendsetter. Honestly, being there for the lane gank to initiate that all
Yep.
as a counter gank, and then to come back knowing that Morgana was walking down and Smooth also following him down was massive.
Yep. On top of that, Mini Soko flashes onto Biz with 10 health, autos him, Biz dies. Unfortunate, making that a overall 3 for 2 in the entirety of the Summoner's Rift. Score currently 9 to 4. We are looking at, I didn't even notice, we are looking at a 7k goal difference at 15 minutes.
Let's see those CS numbers.
Yeah. Let me change to gold too. Trendsetter currently 4-0, Smooth 3-1. Trendsetter is 2,300 gold over his enemy laner, enemy jungler. That is almost a full item. The cheapest legendary item that you can buy, I believe, is Hullbreaker. At 2,800 gold. Or no, I'm sure one of the support items is a little bit cheaper, but anything that he
PD26.
You're right. 26 or 28, one of the two.
Yeah.
I'm not an ADC, so I don't know at the top of my head.
Math.
But it's down there, super close. But basically, he's only 2 or 3 minutes from being a full item up on the Trundle.
What mythic did Morgana opt into, or does she not even have it yet?
Morgana does not have her mythic yet. She has opted to finish boots and pick up a stopwatch.
Interesting.
Oh, that is a huge charm from Ruckus with the old little half cut, picks up a kill on Rex Regnum. Mikey Poo gets the stun onto Young Trendsetter. Young Trendsetter gets the pillar. Soko following him down. Biz doing a lot of work to keep the other two off of him, though. Biz gets rooted and channeled. Smooth up here to follow up. Looks like nothing's going to come of it. Oh, Smooth ults the Aatrox. Ooh, Smooth... Biz ult the Aatrox. Smooth ain't going to pick up the Aatrox on a kill. Young Trendsetter did manage to get it out from Soko. Coming in from behind, gets the stun on the Morgana. Gonna use the pillar to keep Young Trendsetter off. Smooth Gilling so close. Gets the ultimate on top. Kills both of them with a single laser. That is huge. That is a double kill for Smooth. Smooth currently sitting 6-1, worth 1,000 gold if killed.
Did you go to school for geometry or what?
Honestly, yeah.
I don't know how I feel about both junglers taking Red Smite as well after the nerf to Red Smite. I've personally have noticed that Blue Smite might be a little bit better. Oh, sick on Rex Regnum there by a little half cut and Ruckus. But back to the Red Smite comment. After they removed the damage reduction from Red Smite, I think Blue Smite honestly just be better for sticking onto your opponent.
Red Smite really doesn't offer a whole lot right now, so I think that's a completely fair argument to make. Also,
the dots are fantastic. I don't know.
Also, did you go to school for geometry, or is that just a Victor in your pocket? Truly horrible pickup line, but I could not get it out of my head after you said that. Oh, that ain't going to be
a smooth on the Vel'Koz.
Yeah, that ain't going to be a mountain drag for the side of LLW. Looking at a 8.5k gold difference here at 17 minutes. Truly a desperate time for RMC, but let's see what they can do. They're going to double gang onto Biz. Biz gets the ultimate. There are 3 people on Biz. Is Biz going to be able to walk out? Gets under tower, gets the shield from the W. Isn't going to be enough, though. Oh, Soko died to the tower shots. Biz gets the kill. Honestly, good on Biz. Young Trendsetter gets onto Morgana. is going to get rooted. Isn't going to be enough to follow up, though. Smooth is here, so it looks like he's going to continue this fight. Aatrox is going to ult out. Morgana is going to hit a second root on Young Trendsetter. Is going to stop that fight dead in its tracks while Brick Machine and Rex Regnum take this bot tower.
They're really putting the hurt on Rex Regnum this game. The just amount of pressure they've been putting on this poor bot lane has been insane. You've seen since the early game, the first couple minutes, the poke lane has just been bullying Rex Regnum.
Yep, every lane in the game except for top side on the side of LLW is up by at least 40 CS. Top lane falling a little bit behind, but that's fine. Ooh, Ruckus is gonna miss the ult. Brick Machine flashes out to avoid getting charmed. Everybody is going to back off a little bit, take a breather. There's nothing on the map currently to play for. Second Rift Herald, actually, Baron is coming up here in 30 seconds, 35 seconds.
I really want to see RMC start using their TP advantage to a little more of a degree. Like, it seems to be just a little bit lacking. Like, the TP hasn't come out to truly help the team, and the business looking on Mikey Poo here. Ooh,
yep.
Good bind.
Honestly, Mikey Poo on point with the binds, keeping his team from falling into total despair during team fights. Good on him.
Good Black Shield, good bind, good just walking out.
Honestly, this
5v4 or 5v5.
This entire match, even if RMC doesn't end up winning, Mikey Poo has put up a great performance here in the mid lane. Like, it's just been so useful for his team, regardless of what he's doing, whether it's killing people or keeping people off of his teammates.
Is Mikey Poo traditionally a mid laner? Or
Mikey Poo is a mid laner, yes.
Okay.
He is known for, like, his Corki and things like that.
Interesting.
Yes.
Kind of disappointed we didn't get to see that. I know Corky's in a fairly good spot.
Yeah, I don't think it really lines up with what's happening right now, though. Smooth Gilling does get baited by Mini Soko and Soko, though. Gonna bring the ultimate out, though. Isn't enough to kill either of them, but is doing his darndest not to die. Honestly, impressive. He does die, but brings both of them down below half health. 2 bruisers, honestly, really good from him. But that is going to be a shutdown for the side of RMC. Trundle picking up a Frostfire Gauntlet here.
Spooky. Victor's a spooky character. That thing scales super well. And once he gets all his core upgrades and everything that's in his kit is just stronger, it's really hard to deal with.
He's 4-0 up 50 CS. We're going to see a fight here, though, after Baron drops. Ooh, Trundle does pick up the shutdown. That's 1,000 gold to the Trundle. Harold does get...
This is going to drop.
Yes, Harold does get the tower, but they are going to lose the team fight, it looks like. Little half cut is going to get rooted and dies to the Aatrox. Ruckus is going to get picked up by the Trundle. Oh, no, actually, Aatrox picks up the kill. That is a triple kill for Aatrox. Unfortunate, truly. And this is what I was saying. We were at a 9k gold deficit. They win a fight. We're back up to 5k gold deficit. Like, it just... I think can turn in such a fast fashion currently.
I don't think they have the damage for this without the Sever. They're going to have to turn and kill Smooth, and then they're going to be too chunked in Young Trend.
Brick Machine has died to Baron. Smooth gets the kill, having just gotten damage off on him before dying.
They got the damage, and they secure it, though. Yes. That's another big bounty going over to RMC.
Yeah,
the comeback potential's there.
RMC does have objective bounties now, despite the fact that they've increased their gold by a decent bit, because they are still behind. They get the objective bounty from Baron. Trundle picking up a Tiamat. Aatrox picking up a Black Cleaver here. Honestly, Black Cleaver going to be detrimental to dealing with Biz.
Also super helpful for the Viego if he decides to pick up a Death's Dance.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely true.
This little armor pen allows Trundle and...
This is third Dragon coming up. Looks like it's going to be a 5v5. RMC currently in a much better spot for this.
They are missing Trundle, though.
Yes, they are down Trundle.
It's also still on cooldown.
Smooth getting hit by the pillar. The pillar actually pushes him out of the way of the stun. Interestingly enough. Kind of saved him there. Oh my
I think
god,
it
that
might be a
man,
little
that troll is
careless.
so fast. Flashes in.
Yeah.
Is it going to be enough? Mini Soko comes out of a bush. Young Trendsetter uses the ult reset to get out of the way. Ooh, Smooth. Smooth picks up Brick
Massive
Machine.
damage.
Yeah, massive damage. Is going to Hourglass and Flash out of the way. Young Trendsetter gets another ult reset off. Nobody can fall. Looks like it's just going to be a 1-for-1. Little half cut and Brick Machine falling here. Everybody else looking to back up. Young Trendsetter is running for his life. Oh, hits the wall, unfortunately.
Trundle with the move speed from his Plagued
Yes.
Earth.
Yep, Trundle picks up another kill on Young Trendsetter.
Very risky play there from RMC. They were playing with fire. Their cooldowns on a couple of their essential ults were still timing out, and they prolonged the fight long enough, or waited long enough to engage for the Amumu ult and a couple of the other ults like Trundle ult to come back up. And I think that was the determining factor of that fight. If they would have just engaged a little bit sooner without the Amumu ult up or the Trundle ult up, I think LLW would have been capable of winning that fight.
Yeah, I completely agree. Everybody.
Show items.
I already pulled it up. That was from a minute or two ago. No, nothing has
Interesting.
changed recently.
Perfect. Just making sure.
No, I gotcha.
Big fan of the Trundle right now with the Sivir and the Aatrox. I don't know. Sivir's just massive. I love her ulti. Just the ability to speed up everyone on your team to just run at them. Like,
currently 1-6 though, kind of unfortunate. Aatrox and Trundle currently worth bounties, along with Smooth, 150 gold bounty on him, 8-3.
I like the Leandries from Smooth, but I kind of wish she would have gone like Ludens or... I don't think Everfrost would have been worth, but Luden's just the one-shot potential to just nuke. And the extra little bit of pen. Like, I know the primary concerns right now are...
Yeah, they're just so beefy. They have 3 bruisers right now.
But the rest of your team, except Seraphine, is AD, so you can really force them to build MR, and with Ludens, you cut through that MR as well.
Yeah.
Like, Leandries is great for poking and just, like, prolonged fights, but Ludens just has so much one-shot potential or chunking potential, and we see how much damage she is doing with the Leandries currently.
Yeah.
I think the cherry on top would just be the Ludens, but that's just my personal opinion. I don't play mid lane.
Only plays alpha positions.
Jungle or bust. Or AD carry. AD carry is a lot of fun. That's how I taught myself how to A-click.
Yeah.
Which if you don't do, try learning it. It will help you so much.
Yeah, orb blocking is one of those skills you have to have as an ADC, truly. Young Trendsetter got to come out of the woodworks here onto Mini Soko. Mini Soko going to ult to get away though with the extra move speed. Mikey Poo and Soko getting on top of Smooth here. Oh, that's unfortunate. Gonna have to. Yeah, it's not gonna be enough. Smooth is gonna die here. I know Smooth is ahead, but he's not strong enough as an immobile mate to be playing in lanes on his own currently. Like he still needs to be with like Biz. Yeah, yes, getting the first tower inside the base of RMC. Still currently ahead by 4k gold, but also 4 towers. RMC only has 1 tower currently. Both teams have 2 drags. Gonna be 6 towers here in a second, it looks like. Oh, no, okay.
Oh, what a pillar. That was beautiful.
Oh, that's a huge Seraphine ult into a huge W. Young Trendsetter coming through. Is gonna get the reset to get over the wall. Mini Soko, Rex Regnum slays Biz. Is gonna slay Seraphine.
Huge play by RMC right there.
Brick Machine's
lose a
getting
single member.
Yeah, 3-0. I really had hopes for that fight when we saw the huge Seraphine ult into the down the middle set W, but it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, 100%. My main concern watching the start of that fight was Sivir was trying to kite and not really auto-attacking much, and I just was concerned they wouldn't have enough damage to shred some of the tankier members or beefier members on LLW, but
Uh-huh.
once she got going and truly started stacking up that lethal tempo, about halfway through the fight, it was just shredding hour.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Young Trendsetter is going with the Divine Thunder again this game. Can't blame him.
I don't know. I like the I like the Kraken Slayer.
I think it's fine too, but he loses out on a lot of health stats. And with
That's true.
he does need to be frontline paired with Biz currently.
Very true. I just think there's not someone tanky enough to really warrant Divine Sunder. Like with the Kraken Slayer, you can just burn through Trundle or
Yes.
Aatrox or any of the members on RMC.
That is true. That's true. Next dragon coming up, LLW is in a good spot. Looks like it's going to be another 5v5 though. Yes, they're going to get onto Mikey Poo. Is it going to be enough? The pillar comes up, puts Young Trendsetter in an odd spot. Oh, wait a second. That is going to be a huge shutdown and a double kill for Victor. Biz gets the ult into the flash. Victor gets a triple kill here. Soko Soko is going to pick off Rex Regnum, but that is going to be a 4-for-1 for the side. 4-for-2. Biz dies to burn, I believe, after walking out of fight.
The Seraphine ult, charming almost all the members of RMC straight into the Chaos Storm from Victor is just disgusting. That Chaos Storm destroyed RMC's team.
Yes. Yeah,
honestly, Mikey flashed out and everything, but it just wasn't enough.
The Seraphine and Sona are two champions that you cannot play in the jungle against, right? Because you're just funneling yourself into an alley, and you're just
Renata.
Renata too. You're just acting to get hit by a huge ult. Are going to look to do Baron here. RMC is moving towards. I don't know if they're going to be fast enough. Young Trendsetter is here with the smite, so I think it just goes to LLW.
Never helping leash.
Yes, yep. I'd like to see them just back immediately here with the enhanced back, which they are going to do.
Starting to give more gold to the Sivir, try to get her more online.
Yes.
I do like that. Not a fan of Soko hoarding the blue buff. I think a blue buff on Morgana or even Sivir would be greatly beneficial towards the wave clear, especially with Baron waves coming in.
Pretty
and
much
their CDR might help.
Wow, pretty much all lanes super even. The biggest gold difference really between lanes is actually in support. 800 gold more on the Seraphine. Other than that, well, actually no, top lane is about 1,000 gold off from each other. But other than that, everybody is super even in gold currently. Yeah. Didn't even notice.
We have a bit of a gap.
A little bit.
I think that's where most of the gold lead is stemming from.
Well, it's 11-4 to 3-4, so you know.
Yeah, Smooth just picking up so many kills this game. He's playing very well on this Victor, getting caught a couple of times, but at the same time, he's just scaling like a monster, up 60 CS currently.
I think what's wild to me too is like, if he had thrown this game, we would never hear the end of it, but because he's doing super well, we're also never going to hear the end of it.
Yeah,
that's
I'm a big
the kind
fan
of person
that,
Smooth is.
Big fan that he opted to keep going for mid lane, even though he's an AD carry main or support main. Like, I'm happy to see him excel in the mid lane.
And he seems like he's having a lot more fun with it too. I feel like when he plays ADC, like he just doesn't have a good time, which I think ultimately, even in competitive competitive structured leagues like this, I think is still ultimately the goal, right? Like if you're not having a good time, you know.
Yeah, a lot of time in solo queue, everyone wants to be the hero, and the true idea of protecting baby, which is the ADC, just doesn't happen.
Yes.
And the ADC is usually your highest DPS member, but you have an assassin in every single role that wants to be the hero and just like kill the AD carry. So it's just each team diving at some poor fool getting just absolutely demolished.
Yeah, absolutely.
RMC still have their inhibitor up though, and two of their inhib towers. Like
Hmm.
this Baron power play has a lot of potential for LLW to push for the win, or even just like break more of their base and secure more of their jungle and objectives. But they're holding them off very well.
Yeah, no, they're doing a fairly good job. I would like to see that. Oh, Baron buff actually just expired. Uh, looks like we have roughly a minute until next mounted drag comes up. That is soul point for the side of LLW and third drag for the side of RMC. Honestly, they're in such a good position. I would like to just see them get some wards up around drag to get the soul. Because Mountain Soul is huge for Biz and Trendsetter. I mean, it's good for everybody with the shield, but like truly, truly useful for the engagers.
True. The Trundle's very good into the Mountain Soul though, being able to steal stats. Like the Mountain Soul gives
Yes.
stats to everyone, and
Yes.
he can ult pretty much anyone on the opposing team to steal a little bit extra armor and magic resist.
Yep, absolutely.
I kind of wish RMC would have stepped up earlier for the dragon just to get some vision. They
Yeah.
knew once the Baron expired that all the vision for or all the members of LLW would have been reset.
Oh,
But
Biz comes in from behind here. Not in a great spot. Oh, gets a huge ultimate. Young Trendsetter gets on top of Rex Regnum. Biz slays Rex Regnum. Mini Soko takes out Biz. Young Trendsetter's Guardian Angel goes out, and they are going to back up. Looks like LLW is not going to continue this fight. Smart move, honestly. They're up a player, currently 3-4. I'd like to see them just take the drag and then wait for Biz to come back up and play through. Probably mid lane, honestly. Just their best
this
bet, I feel
Seraphine's
like.
been an absolute issue for RMC this game. I know Biz's ult there was quite changing, but at the same time, the Seraphine's zoning capabilities have just been unmatched.
Yeah. I think this is a good example to those people that say that support is a useless role. Like it's not. Like the Seraphine has enabled these fights to go as well as they are. If they had somebody, I feel like if they had somebody like a Pantheon at this point in the game, like they'd be losing these fights pretty hard. In all honesty, because Pantheon would have already fallen off.
Very true. Trundle just being able to stack HP and steal stats and still be stronger and be able to still fight and be in the center of the fight with the lethal tempo dealing damage. He's a very versatile character.
Yes.
I'm a big fan of him, especially right now in this current meta.
That is Mounted Soul, though, for the side of LLW. Everybody now has pretty much a permanent shield outside of combat. Plus, they have 9 times 3, 27% increased armor and magic resist. Biz is just like even smooth as a mid lane mage. My God, that man is beefy.
Very true. Hard to get onto him, hard to kill him.
Has 2,500 health without a like dedicated health item. Obviously, Leandries and whatnot, he gets health from that. But
and we also have the durability patch. Everyone's getting stronger as they get to the higher levels, hitting levels 18 and just getting the maximum capabilities of the durability patch expressed.
Looks like they're gonna look to fight for Baron here. Young Trendset is still out goes his invisibility. Isn't gonna walk forward into it though, just gonna cause some confusion with it, honestly.
Biz looking for the grab onto Aatrox to potentially start this fight.
He just, I mean, honestly, if he gets the Aatrox and nails, like, Morgana, like, he could just erase her from the game. Soko hits 3 people there with the charm. That is a shutdown for Aatrox, but Young Trendsetter is going to clean up this fight. Smooth Gilling gets a kill.
Even though Smooth got picked by that bind and killed super early, Zonya's even dropping into that Chaos Storm.
That is an ace for LLW. That is 5-1 for the side of LLW. Yeah, honestly, that's one of the shining points of Victor is that his ultimate keeps going after he's dead. Kind of like Karthus, right? Like, you provide some utility even if you die in a fight.
Yeah. I like the idea behind RMC going in, but I think you need to pull out once you get a couple cooldowns blown. Because then this just happens. They lose the game. You get the Zonias, and then you're kind of caught out in the awkward stage of the fight. Super well executed right there in that last fight by LLW. Great communication. Just super well played. That was a good game.
Yeah, no, that was absolutely a great game. We're going back to the caster desk here. That is going to be 2-1 for the side of LLW. LLW take the series this week. I mean,
Impressive gameplay.
yeah, honestly, a great game from both sides. I think RMC shouldn't be disappointed by their gameplay there. They did super well. So
Yeah, I think young Trendsetter just snowballed that last game a little bit too hard. And on top of that, you had a Ruckus with the Seraphine just changing almost every single fight with massive Seraphine ults. That was just
yep.
super well played by LLW.
I completely agree. Props to everybody this week. Thank you, Sly, for being my co-caster.
Oh, of course.
I think
I've
you
had a
did.
blast.
Yeah, I think you did super well today. I hope we'll see you back here soon. But for now, that is all for tonight. Thank you for coming to this game tonight, and I wish you all a good night. Goodbye.